Yeah, there you go.
All right, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. You're tuned into the Originals underscore sports podcast. And then there were two, it's just two of us today.
Only two today, but that's how we started, right?
That's how we
We started. We
listen.
started.
It's all come full circle. We went from having like damn near six people on at one point to like, and then it just was me and you at first, and now it's just two for now.
Yeah,
So the others will be on maybe next week or the week after possibly, but. Welcome to another episode. I am one of your originals, Big Mike. Smooth is to my left here. So we were gonna kick it off. So again, before I get started, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend, tell a neighbor to check out the pod. We are on all the
absolutely.
socials. We are on Instagram, Spotify. We are on YouTube. We have all the shorts there, so check us out. Seeing us say a bunch of craziness and madness like we always do every week. Well, not last week, but you know what it is.
And
So
if you're interested, just hit us up. If you want to come on and
yeah,
debate
we've
with us,
gotten a lot of comments. We've gotten some comments. I think next week or the week after, if we get on, we'll try to touch base on all the comments and stuff like that too. We'll do a little
oh, it's a
deeper
lot of
dive.
comments.
We've gotten a
Okay.
few. We've actually been getting a few comments. Actually, I've been like just checking the feed. I was like, oh shit, we've been getting some comments. So I haven't been able
Who
to.
they
I
who
was
they who they responding to though?
mostly some of them like NFL girl mostly.
Okay.
Let me see. Like one person that said or talked about I think when you had or I think it was like you and the NFL girl were talking about the MLB owners being cheap.
Oh,
And
okay.
they kind of agreed, basically saying that it's kind of like the WNBA or the NBA in that they make a ton of money. I think hockey and football should be paid the most since that they bring most of the revenue, but they don't. So that's one of the comments by Dwayne Duncan, 2380. So shout out to Dwayne Duncan. Thank you for the comment. Appreciate it. And
Appreciate that.
NFL Girl, then there was another one on NFL Girl criticizing the NLB owners again. And I think it was just saying that I don't know, it was just a weird random comment. And then actually, someone had said something about we discussed the long ass marathon when we talked about the Blue Jays and the Dodgers game. And
Yeah.
one of actually shout out to Music Forever 55. Unfortunately, the Jays didn't win, but he was saying the World Series would be decided in Toronto. Go Jays! Well, it was decided in Toronto. They
Yeah.
just didn't
Yeah.
win
I
it. So
mean, we all know, man. You guys had a great opportunity to bring it home, but you know how it
one
goes,
out. One out. Don't worry, man.
right?
Hey, we'll get Bichette. We'll hopefully get Bichette. We'll get it all going. Although the Dodgers just signed Edwin Diaz, the best closer out there, so we'll see what the
I
fuck
mean,
happens. But
they gonna spend the money.
they spent 3 years, $69 million, so they definitely spent the fucking money.
I mean, they got to make a player, so
they
they
got.
put the money in him. So
Listen, man.
once you get to make a player, it's pretty much done anyway.
When I listen, I've been playing MLB the Show actually, and I was doing the home run derby with Show. Hey, his swing is like the perfect swing. It's like the greatest swing I've ever seen in my life. It's fucking insanity.
A
But
left-hander at that, right? A
yeah, like it
left-hander.
stays in the zone. It's like this weird hooking. It's just weird. Like I was just smacking the ball like easily. I was hitting home runs like easy with effort, with no effort. I'm like,
Just like
how is
he
this
does.
fucker just hitting this ball? Like I was just and at one point I was trying not to hit him. Like I was trying to see it. I was still hitting home runs. That's how good
I
his swing is.
mean, that's how his swing is in real life, though.
It's the swing
So
is it's
if you
exactly
put it on a video game, it's gonna be even work. It's gonna be even better.
like if you played. I know you don't play video games, but if you played it, did the home run derby, you did like 30
I
home runs.
mean,
That's how.
I used to play video games. I just
Yeah,
don't.
if you played it now, you would be legitly hitting 30. Like that's how easy it is. Like his swing is just that effortless. I was like, God damn, no wonder he's so fucking good. But we're gonna get into it. So we got a few things we're gonna talk about. One thing we're gonna discuss. I'm gonna give you the floor, Smooth, because I know you wanted to discuss this. We'll talk about the NFL, particularly last night. Smooth's team, the Philadelphia Eagles, played against the Los Angeles Chargers in a defensive battle, I would say, but unfortunately, the Eagles didn't come out on top. Jalen Hurts didn't have the greatest game. I will now throw it to Smooth and let him rant and speak his mind about what your thoughts on with the game and then the overall this the weekend that was
So
NFL.
first, I'm going to start with the fact that they blew a 21-point lead against the Dallas Cowboys.
They
Right,
did correct.
that was the first game of this. I don't even want to call it brotherly love anymore. I'm gonna call them brotherly dud. Right.
Oh my god.
So the brotherly dud have gave up a 21-0 lead, and then the next week you let the Chicago Bears just run down your throat,
Yeah.
and I just don't understand, right? And I'm not going to blame Vic Fangio because the defense has been on the field for the most snaps out of any team in the league because this offense has been trash. Then you turn around after saying all that microphone nonsense and go out there and Jalen Hurts is playing like he's in a foul. He's 2 turnovers on one play.
Yeah,
How
that
does
was wild. When I saw that, I laughed my.
how does that happen?
I've
And,
never seen that before. Where you throw an interception, the guy fumbles the ball, you get the ball, and then you fumble. That is wild.
and unlike other coaches, like Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions one day, other week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did the coach do? He took the ball out of his hands and ran the ball.
Right.
Saquon Barkley was having a great game, ran for 120 yards. Why are you still letting him throw the ball when he's out of sync?
Right. And he had
That
the
makes no
touchdown. I
sense.
mean, Saquon had the touchdown too, right? So I
Yeah,
was, yeah,
you're out of sync and he's throwing interceptions. He's not reading the field right.
yeah.
That goes back to coaching, offensive coordinator. To me, this is Sirianni's last year. He needs to go because at the end of the day, this is the second time after the Super Bowl you try to go in house and pick an offensive coordinator. Did you not learn anything from 2023 when it did blew up in your face?
Right.
You turn around and do the same thing in 2025, and it's blown up in your face again. So Petula needs to go. Sirianni needs to go. If you look around the league, most coaches are offensive minded.
Mm-hmm.
You have San Francisco. He will never let his quarterback throw 5 interceptions.
Yeah, I
Right?
agree with that. Or if nothing
Yeah.
else, they'd make it like simple. They'd simplify it and make it like, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. I agree with that. Yeah.
You got Sean McVay. Now
Yeah.
Stafford threw 2 interceptions the prior week, but
Yeah.
he didn't throw 4 or 5
He did not.
because Sean McVay made sure he didn't throw 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I'll talk about Dylan team. And Mike McDonald's is not he's not an offensive coach, but he's never going to allow his team to implode. Even when Sam Darnold threw those 3 interceptions the week before,
Right.
he took the ball out of his hands. So Nick Sirianni is not an offensive coach. I don't know what he is. He comes to the microphone and says dumb stuff every week. It's a team game. It's a team game. No, it's a you problem. It's a you problem, and it's been a you problem. He always says that he always makes bad decisions. Like the week before when he tried to kick a field goal, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like at the end of the day, even with all those turnovers, you had the ball in your hand on first down. Why are you rolling Jalen Hurts to the right and he throwing off his back foot? On first down, why didn't you go in the center and run the ball with Saquon Barkley and end the game? It was on first down. Why is he throwing the ball?
Right.
He had already threw 3 interceptions. Really, he threw 5. They didn't count one.
True. Yeah, that is
And
true.
at the end of the day, like, what are you doing? You should have ran the ball, pounded the ball, pounded the ball. And then Jalen Hurts, why won't you run anymore? You was out there against Justin Herbert with one hand. He ran for more yards than you, Jalen Hurts. He ran for 66 yards. You ran for 8.
And hasn't the Chargers' run defense been struggling too, like to stop the run? Yeah,
Saquon hadn't run for over 100 yards in like
in
8 weeks.
in 8 weeks.
So there
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
true. Yeah.
It's really evident. Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand.
Mm.
But what needs to happen is Sirianni needs to go. You need to get a guy in there that's not a bunch of talk and gets down to business. And you need to hire a real offensive coordinator. The same way you hire a Vic that don't want to go anywhere. You need to hire an older offensive coordinator that's settled in his ways and don't want to skip town after 1 year, like Kellen Moore did.
True.
And Petula, like, what do you on third down? The whole receiver core running hitches. Like, come on, man, have some variety.
Yeah.
And every time Hurst was under center, he made good reads. Why you have him in shotgun at the end of the game when you got Saquon in the backfield? It's just bad football over and over again. And I'm just sick of it. It's like you got all that talent and bad football. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. That's all I gotta say about the Eagles. But fire Sirianni and fire Petula
Damn. That's
and get a real quarterback coach in there so Jalen don't be out there making these bad reads. This is one of the worst games I've seen from a quarterback in a long time. And there's been a lot of bad quarterbacks. It was
yeah.
horrible. And you still had a chance to win, but you still put the ball in his hands. Why?
Yeah, I think they haven't really. Yeah, I agree with that. I think watching the game yesterday, he did look out of sorts. I mean, the scheme that the Chargers run is the same team that the Baltimore Ravens run, the same one that the Seahawks run, same that Michigan runs, USC runs. So it's a very it's fairly complex, but not super complex in the sense that with running, if you can run the ball, you can, you know what I mean? So I don't understand why they didn't run the ball more in that game, to your point. And especially if he's throwing all those interceptions. He just seemed like, even the one read, what was it, the RPO, where he faked it and then he ended up throwing the pick. He didn't even read the guy. Like, he just, you know what I'm saying? He just threw it. And with your RPO, it's a simple read. If the guy is staying there, you don't throw it. You give the ball to the running back. But he was almost trying to force it. And I'm like, that's not hard. I mean, if I'm sitting at home and I know how RPO works, I'm sure they taught you that. So it's like you're pressing now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the Sirianni, that's a wild take.
And another key factor is AJ Brown been crying for the ball, right?
Yep.
And since he been getting fed the ball, you done lost every game. Every game that you try to force feed AJ Brown the ball, you lost every game.
Right.
So I know AJ Brown has a big cap hit, but he needs to go as well because he's not playing team ball.
So you just want a fire sale, basically.
No, it's not a fire sale. It's only 3 people.
That's it's a significant sale. It's like a yard sale then.
No, I mean, getting rid of the coach is what it needs to happen though.
But that's a significant move though if you get rid of the coach.
No, people do this all the time. I mean, at the end of the day,
okay, fair enough.
They do this every year. Like, people get fired all the time. He's not the guy for Philly. He's not the guy. We need an offensive-minded coach to come in there. You already got a defensive coach, so you don't need no guy that needs to know how to do defense. AJ Brown is showing that he's selfish. I'm not sure whether he was selfish in Tennessee or not. But
not really. He was still young. He hadn't gotten his money yet.
If Devontae Smith don't get any balls, he don't say anything.
He doesn't. No, that is true.
So, and then when AJ Brown was hurt that game, that was one of the best offensive performances we had all year because we didn't have nobody crying that they ain't getting the ball.
Right.
Why are you crying if you're winning? I mean, they say it's a team game, but you're making it a me game. But his cap hit is really crazy.
It is.
For next year, so I don't know what they're going to do, but you need some cohesiveness within the locker room. You can't have one guy saying one thing and everybody else saying something else.
I mean,
got Jalen Hurts at the podium saying, do you understand AJ Brown tweets? He's like, man, listen, I'm trying to play quarterback. I don't got time to listen to that. But that's when you see that Sirianni don't have a good hold of the locker room at all. He's just a guy that comes to this. He never says anything of importance. If he should have said, listen, I'm taking a call out of Petula hands 5 weeks ago. I want to take over play call. That's making a decision and making a change. Buffalo did that 2 years ago. Right in the middle of the season, they changed offensive coordinators.
Yeah, it's been done before, to your point.
Yeah, so if you look at that, it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, right? That's enough about Philly. We can talk about the rest of the football. I just had to say all those things, man.
No, I did watch some of the games. I mean, Tennessee won. I was like, yeah, good for them. I mean, Cam Ward's accuracy is terrible. I mean, he was like 50%, so he's got to work on that next year. I mean, Shador had a bunch of empty stats, I guess empty calories, 300-something yards, so everyone thinks he's still good. Which
he lost that game for them.
He did lose the game.
Running backwards and then throw it up for grabs. Like, they had the game.
They did. Like, I think, and then Junkins, I think, tried to do the 2-point conversion, and then I don't know what the fuck that was.
That was a terrible call.
Yeah, I was just like, run the ball. Like, I don't know what the fuck the play was. I'm like, oh, you guys just didn't want Tennessee to win. You want Tennessee to win that game because I don't know what the fuck y'all were calling there. Like, at 2 minutes, like, just run a simple play. I don't know, run a hitch or run something. Yeah, run hitches or something at that point because that play call was just weird. But no, it was a decent week. It was decent. I mean, I think the Green Bay and Bears game was pretty good. I like that game. That was pretty good. I watched that for a bit.
Caleb can't read the defense, right?
No.
On that last play, Loveland was wide open.
He was.
But he had to take 3 more steps and then allow the player to get back into it because that would have been a tie game. He messed it up.
Yeah.
He still has happy feet.
He does.
He don't know how to get the ball out of his hands quick. If he'd got that ball out of his hands right when Loveland made that cut, that's a touchdown easily.
Yeah. I mean, Caleb, I think at this stage with Caleb, you're gonna have to kind of live with him doing that. There's moments when he just plays within on schedule. He's good, but he's still gonna run around and do all that shit. And I find the problem with that is it doesn't work the way it did at USC. When he was at USC, it worked. He was great, but in the NFL, every time he does it, it's usually he's got to throw it out of bounds.
Because he playing against kids, right?
Yeah,
that's why I work with who don't know how to read lanes. But if you play in the NFL, you're a split second late. It's an interception.
Like and they've already schemed that up so they know. Okay, if we hold up in coverage, to your point, he's going to get happy feet and he's going to have to run around and do all that shit. So, yeah, the Buccaneers lost, which was surprising. Shuck had 2 touchdown runs. I was like, damn, okay, Tyler Shuck, I see you.
Tampa Bay has lost 4 or 5 straight, right?
Yeah, they look bad.
No weapons, injury prone, and Baker looks like
who the hell's winning that division?
I think Carolina.
I guess. They've been slightly the most consistent team, I guess.
But at least they have a plan. They know they want to run the ball and play defense. You don't know what Tampa Bay want to do. You have no idea.
They have a good offense. I think this defense, I've never been sold on their defense. Like, I like Vita Vea, but their defense has always been suspect to me, and it's holding true now because they let the fucking Saints beat them at home, which is wild to me.
But at least the Saints do play hard, though.
They do.
Tell them more of that.
I will say that, yes. They just need talent. That's the biggest thing. But they play hard. I like the way they play because Chuck is played well. Like, their running game was okay. Their defense plays hard. They just I think once they infuse that roster with some talent, and if he's able to get that coach, I think they could be good maybe in the next couple of years, depending on how they draft and free agency and stuff like that too. Hopefully Tennessee can do that if they can get, you know what I'm saying? Because they're just, they need a lot of talent. They obviously, I heard that they're trying to look at maybe getting Mike McCarthy. I think that'd be a good coach for Tennessee because they need some. Listen, we need. Anything's better than Ryan Callahan, bro. I'll take Mike McCarthy. I'll take Mike McCarthy over Ryan Callahan. At least if nothing else, just to stabilize, and then if you want to get rid of his ass in a couple of years, I wouldn't be mad at that. I don't think he's gonna take us to a Super Bowl. But
I agree with that. You just need somebody else in there.
We just need somebody else who can just kind of get Cam Ward right, and then just get this offense to have some type of identity. Because it's just, I don't know what they're good at. I don't know what Tennessee's good at all. Like, they just kind of lucked into that win yesterday. So,
running game
looked okay.
Running game pretty good.
Yeah, it looked okay. It has, in Cleveland has a good defense. I don't know. What else? I don't know there's a few games I watched, but which one you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Joe Burrow Malone game, right?
Oh, God. Yep. And the defense actually didn't play bad. The defense was all right.
They've been playing good ever since he came back.
Well, it took him coming back.
Confidence, you know how it is, man. When you got a guy that's going to score points for you, you get more confidence on your defense.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree with that.
Those 2 plays really, really identifies who Cincinnati is because of those 2 plays.
Yeah.
You got the ball. Buffalo can't stop you because Buffalo is not a good team either. They're not. I've been saying that for weeks. And you had that game won. Joe Burrow, instead of just running the ball on that one play, he saw Chase out. He's like, I can make this throw.
He should have thrown, in the pick 6.
That turns into a pick 6. And then on the very next possession, the guy tips the ball.
Yeah.
Those 2 turnovers changed it because y'all would have been 5-8. Nobody wants to win that division. The Steelers don't want to win it. The Ravens don't want to win it. And you'd have been right there with a chance to win that division. You can't be 4-9, though.
No, 4-9, they're out. The Browns have been out, so it's really just between the Ravens and the Steelers who wants, I guess, win the division.
Neither one of them wants to win. It doesn't look like to me.
Who do you think would win it right now? Who are you picking?
I take the Steelers because Lamar Jackson is not helping.
Yeah, same. Helping. Yeah, I guess VO's right, but not really saying much because to your point, I don't think anybody's done anything to win the division.
But the Steelers are a broken team, though. They have no weapon.
They're not that good.
Like
they'll probably lose in the first round depending on who they play.
Like the Steelers and Buffalo should have been going after Jacoby Myers. That's what they needed. Both of those teams needed both of them.
And he went to Jacksonville, right?
And he went to Jacksonville. Jacksonville ain't need no receivers.
I know.
But I don't understand how Pittsburgh, you wasn't banging down the roof to get somebody on the other side of DK.
Yeah,
You
it's
have
ridiculous.
nobody. You
No,
have three Titans in the game most of the time. Nobody's scared of that.
no, it's
And
easy
because the
defensible.
Ravens, and because the Ravens are who they are, and Lamar Jackson's not healthy, you was able to win that game.
True.
You saw what it looked like against the Chargers when they just took away DK. He has nobody to throw to.
No, running for his
And
life, basically.
they didn't put no heat on Aaron Rodgers.
No,
Buffalo, Buffalo knocked Rodgers out of the game the week before. And you
true.
put no heat on him. If you'd have put heat on him, he can't move no more. You'd have had Mason Rudolph in the game and you'd have won.
Yeah, that Ravens defense is just not good anymore, man. That's not
It's
like
not.
not anymore. Not like I was maybe a couple years ago. It's not that at all. They can't, to your point, can't get pass rush. They can't stop the run. Their pass defense is trash. It's just yeah, like not great
And they play Cincinnati and Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase kills Baltimore every time.
every time, at least.
Every
So
single time.
it'll be a back and forth game. It's definitely not gonna be a blowout. So I mean, yeah. I mean,
I mean, but the Ravens can't score. The Ravens don't have any weapons either. If you look at it, like Zay Flowers is not a number one. They don't have a number one receiver.
no, they just have
You know,
they have
try
first
to,
round. They have first round draft picks.
yeah,
They have
but
drafted a number one, but not a number one that's emerged. I agree with
and
that.
they try to use Isaiah Likely as the number one receiver. He's a tight end.
He's a tight end. That's his
Then they
strength.
re-sign. I don't understand what they're doing over there. Like they're a sound organization. They make great decisions. But re-signing Mark Andrews for what? 3 year, 39 million for what?
Yeah, I figured they'd let him walk.
They was talking about letting him walk last year after all those turnovers in the playoffs. And now, because he
Yep.
made a couple catches during the regular season, you want to re-sign him? That's a waste of resources.
Yeah,
But
I
I
agree.
guess, but I guess no receiver wants to come there because they know they're gonna get targets. You
Yeah.
never see no receiver saying I
Well,
want to
besides B Hop, but B Hop, I mean, but
D
not B
Hop
Hop.
is done.
D Hop is done. Yeah, D Hop was there was not. It was not like there was many suitors for him anyway, right? So that made sense. That's why he
The
probably
only
went
time
there.
they got a receiver is when they got Anquan Bolden. And he
Hmm.
came to Baltimore and he
And
got
they
catches, but it was a
and
different
got him
system.
over. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah,
But other than that, nah, it's just like over and over again, it's the same thing. And then they always want to put Baltimore up there. They talk about Buffalo. At the beginning of the season, they said Buffalo was the best Super Bowl contender. And I'm looking
yeah,
at
they
that
did.
roster like, how? They did nothing on the offensive side. You got a bunch of C-level receivers. They went out and signed Brandon Cooks. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I saw they got back Gabe Davis, right? And I'm
so
like,
you
okay.
going back to get Gabe Davis and you sign Brandon Cooks. That means you have nothing over there.
Well,
Nothing.
Keon Coleman hasn't emerged. He hasn't done shit.
But Keon Coleman is not really a number one. He's
Well,
not.
I mean, I know they drafted him in the second round, but I think their thought was he was going to emerge to be a number one. Which I mean, in fairness, he wasn't really that at Florida State either. He was okay at Michigan State when he was at Michigan State, but even at Florida
I
State, he
mean,
was
he
decent.
made
But he
some
was.
plays at Florida State,
That's my
but
point. Yeah, but he wasn't that. I think they were expecting him to do that, but that's not what he was anyway.
yeah, he doesn't create separation. So how do they think that?
No,
I
he's
don't
never.
understand.
Yeah, and that's he's jump ball. Like,
Yeah,
throw the ball up. He can try to hopefully jump and get it, right? He's not out. Yeah, to your point, he's not a speed guy. He's not outrunning anyone. So you got to hope that he can catch and then maybe, stiff arm a guy and then, run up. Also, yeah, I forgot about Daniel Jones tearing. I guess so now they signed old ass Philip Rivers to the practice
but I
squad.
mean, they said he hurt his fibula, right? He shouldn't have been out
Yeah,
there. If you hurt your fibula, that's how you over
yeah.
exaggerate for one injury and you injure yourself, really.
Yeah,
And
and it just he definitely. I mean, it was definitely non-contact. I was just like, damn. So
and you know what's funny? They was in first place. Now they're out of the playoffs.
now they have the playoffs. Yeah, because I mean, yeah. So they got. I mean, I don't know if Phillip Rivers is going to do much. I mean, they could have. They can't trade for anyone. Obviously, trade deadline passed, but they could have tried to sign anyone else because I don't think Phillip Rivers is going to do anything for you right now.
But what happened to Richardson? They should have, because he's
Oh
still
wow.
there, right? At least he's not 44 years old, man. Come on.
I mean, in fairness, yeah, that's true. I mean, I would roll with him and just simplify the offense. I'd give him, let's say, the best throws or the throws that I know he can make. Maybe give him one deep throw, a lot of intermediate stuff, and let him run and just run the ball as much as I can.
But
That
he'll
would be
get
my
hurt.
plan. I
But
don't know
he'll
if it
get
would
hurt.
work.
But he'll
Like,
get hurt
of
if
course
you
he'll
let
get
him run
hurt.
the ball. He'll get hurt.
Oh no, I'm saying, well, like run it like here and there, but then also give it to Jonathan Taylor. But no, to your point, he would get hurt at some point. So they just
And
as big as he is, he stayed getting hurt too. So it wouldn't. Yeah, so I mean that sucks because they were rolling, and now, I mean,
and see the corner got hurt too, right? He
yeah,
got hurt the week before.
yeah,
So you gave up that first round draft pick and he ain't playing. So just imagine that. And think
tough,
about Atlanta, right? They are
a joke.
yeah, you were 6-6 against Seattle going into the half. You should have been up.
Should have
Darnell
been.
Mooney shouldn't have ran out of the bounds and came back in and caught that touchdown.
Yep.
Then it implodes. Raheem Morris, man, you might as well start packing your locker, man.
Yeah, they're
It's
probably
over.
gonna fire him. I agree. I mean, listen, James Pierce has
The
been.
whole coaching staff is gone.
Oh yeah, James Pierce has been great.
Oh yeah, their
He's been
draft picks
great.
have been good.
Draft picks have been good. I mean, at least, and in hindsight, I guess with Drake London not playing, they either throw the ball more to Kyle Pitts now, which I mean, he should have been doing that before, but that's either here. But yeah, I agree. I think Raheem. It's not that he's lost it. I just don't understand their philosophy. I mean, and yeah, like the defense just is falling apart. I mean, besides James Pierce, they really don't. They can't stop anyone in terms of running the ball. Their pass defense is terrible. And offensively, I think their offense is like broken at this point. And you
And,
have
and,
talent, which is weird. So you need to get. Yeah, I don't
and
know.
then Drake London is always hurt, and he's the guy that's the catalyst for your
Because you
pass.
throw the ball to him all the fucking
Yeah,
time because you don't throw it to anyone else. It
and
like,
without him out there, it kind of squeezes everything. And then
yeah,
Bijan, and then you give Algier all the goal line carries. You don't have your best weapon on the
yeah.
field at the time. I just don't understand what they're doing. Like
So
Bijan should be used like Christian McCaffrey, like Gibbs, like all these other backs that are
yeah, I
used.
just don't
H-Chain.
understand why
I
they
don't
don't
understand.
use. I don't understand the way like they use him. Like he's one of the like he's a really really good running back, and he should be fresh because you don't run him that much. So I would say now is the time where you need to just be letting him carry the rock as much as possible because it's not like you've been using him throughout the season.
And the way when I watch Miami, H-Chain is always in the mix. They send them on screens. They send them over the middle. They send. I don't never when they put Bijan back there,
They don't do none of that.
they throwing passes to him behind the line of scrimmage, and he's got to
If
figure it
that,
out.
yeah, if that, and then they give him a few run plays, and then he's got to make something happen, which he usually tends to do more
Yeah.
times than not because he's that good. And I think with Raheem, you've kind of fumbled that because you have talented players. It's not that you don't have talent; you do. You just, for some reason, have decided we're not going to use him, or we're going to emphasize Drake London more than Kyle Pitts. Why not
And
use
I
both of
think
them?
and I think they regretting that pick of Penix because
Yeah.
he's been hurt in college so many times.
Oh,
He was an injury guy,
he was.
and you pick him that high.
Yeah.
So
And yeah, he was.
you're in a tough situation because you're playing Kirk Cousins on that money. Penix looks out of whack.
And I mean, Kirk Cousins looks like he's washed right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So all these teams like Minnesota, I know Minnesota is kicking themselves. JJ McCarthy is not ready. And you done wasted a season thinking that he was the next guy instead of re-signing. If they were to re-sign Sam Donald, right? If they
Yeah.
were to re-sign Donald, right?
Mm.
They probably would be in first place.
Yeah, you're
Because
saying because you're saying for right now their window to win.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
understand that. Yeah, like I think to your point, I think JJ has talent. He was like this in Michigan when he first started. He was up and down. I think by his third year, he really was hitting the ground running. But to your point, if you're expecting him to hit it right away, no,
Yeah,
you
with the
gotta
weapons that you have,
you gotta give
you
him
co-
time.
you coming off of a 13-3 or a 12-4 season, and
Yeah,
you
13 and three. Yeah,
you have all that talent, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna let you walk Sam Donald, and I'm gonna let JJ McCarthy. But they tried to sign Aaron Rodgers. They tried to go get other people. They just didn't want to come.
yeah.
But now
I would have
but
just.
you
Mhm.
waste Justin Jefferson, and you wasting all these weapons around him. Aaron Jones only got maybe 1 or 2 years, 1 year left.
Probably.
You wasted this whole year.
Yeah.
And then next year you're probably gonna go right back in with JJ McCarthy. He's still not gonna be ready.
Yeah, JJ.
And
Listen, JJ has talent, but again, you're gonna have to be patient with JJ. That was the one thing I always felt with JJ. Like with Michigan, he didn't start his first year. If you remember, like it was McNamara, JJ came in spot duty, and then the second year he didn't start right away either. He won the job, and then he started playing, and he still sputtered a bit. He had moments where he played okay, and then there was moments where he played terribly, and he struggled. And then his third year is when you kind of saw it. So again, it's going to take JJ probably 3 or 4 years to really see where he is, right? Because he was like that. It was like that in college. Now NFL's different. You may not have that fucking time and luxury to wait. Because now if a guy's not playing right away, he's a bust and he sucks, and you get the fuck out of there, right? So you're not going to have the luxury of waiting. That's why, to your point, and I agree. I think if you kept Sam Darnold at least for another year for this window, see where you're at. If let's say you don't hit it, then by all means go with it. Because I honestly thought they were going to try to re-sign Sam Darnold. That was what I thought they were going to do. Just because of the season that they had.
I think they tried. I think they tried, but Sam Darnold was like, you know what? I want an opportunity to be the starter. I don't want nobody over my shoulder.
Or
And I don't think they should have drafted JJ McCarthy though. If you're in the situation that you're in and you're trying to win now, re-sign Sam Darnold to
But I think, in fairness to them, they didn't think Sam Darnold was going to do what he did last year. I don't think anyone did, and that's why they signed him. But once he did, to your point,
once you saw that though.
Yeah,
you should have said, you know what, we got something here.
Yeah, because as much as I would have, because as much as I love JJ, I would have said, okay, listen, we have a window right now. Let's run it back with Sam. If it doesn't work this year, we'll do like a 1 year deal. We'll pay him a shit ton. We'll give him a good, nice, sizable 1 year deal. You're the starter unless you get hurt or whatever. Let's run it back with this team this year. If it doesn't work, then we'll give JJ the keys.
Yeah.
At that point, right? Because then, you know what I mean? Because now it's like the what if. Now you're like, shit. Right. Maybe we kind of jumped the gun a little too soon now. At least and let's say, because again, if you did it this year and it didn't work, then okay, you tried, it didn't work. But now you're like wondering, okay, fuck. And now you have to start JJ. And he's going to take his lumps. He's going to struggle. Like I knew that when they drafted him, he was going to take his lumps and struggle. It's just, I think everyone else thought, well, he has all these weapons around. Yeah, but JJ's good, but he's still going to struggle. So you're going to have to take the good with him and the bad. Yeah, and how long? And that's the challenge with him. Yeah.
But you can't waste Justin Jefferson though. You can't.
I agree. You can't wait. Yeah, because he's in his prime right now, right? And you don't want it to be like almost like a Randy Moss when he was in Minnesota, right? Kind of wasting some of his prime with average or shit teams. Because you kind of got the quarterback wrong, right? So I agree with that. I think they could have maybe exercised a little bit of patience, but then you hear people, well, how are you going to draft JJ and not start him? Well, it's okay to not start a guy. I think that's okay too.
You can't listen to the noise. You got to
that part.
13
even with because I think with to your point, I think the Michael Penix one was more egregious because to me, you gave Kirk Cousins all that money and then draft. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And your rationale was, oh, well, we're never going to be in this position again. That's all the more reason why you draft the guy that can impact you now, not a quarterback.
And they're right back in that position now.
Now you're right back in that position where you're going to probably have to get a quarterback possibly in the next 2 or 3 years if Penix doesn't figure it out because he's only got maybe, 1 or 2 more years before they're going to probably want him the fuck out of there if he doesn't turn it around. And to your point, he's always hurt. He had like 2 ACL injuries, all this other shit. So, I mean, in Washington, he was relatively healthy. But I also think that system kind of catered to him so he didn't have to do too much. Because he had a doomsday, he had weapons around, right? So it was a little bit easier. NFL is a little bit different.
But that move was a debacle, though. I didn't understand it after giving Kirk Cousins all that money.
Yeah, that was where that made no sense. Because I would just roll with Kirk.
Or I want to get Kirk that money and just, if I was going to draft Penix, I would have just drafted him.
And not signed Kirk. Yeah, I agree. And I would have signed Kirk because then you made it weird.
You could have signed a lesser backup.
Veteran, yeah.
A veteran. You could have got Jacoby Brissett. The way Jacoby Brissett playing in Arizona, you could have got him.
Yeah.
And if Kenneth wasn't ready, you could have let him run the offense like he's doing in Arizona.
Because now, like with Penix, you don't, I mean, it's not that he's, it's just, I don't know. I just don't know if it's going to, I mean, hopefully he can figure it out, but it's just not looking good right now for them. And just, I don't know where the direction of this team now is going to go. And, I mean, Raheem was there last year, right? I think this is his second year.
I think so.
So, I mean, is Arthur Blank going to pull the trigger and fire him, or is he going to give him 1 more year? You know, because usually I probably give him 2 or 3 years, unless it's really bad.
They had high hopes. They had high hopes.
Yeah, they had expectations. I agree. So I can understand.
Like this,
yeah.
Nah. That's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
coaching
if
issue, though.
yeah, no, I mean, if they fire him this year, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's just, and I think to your point, yeah, because it's changed a little bit now. I think coaches now probably got 2 years, and if it's still bad for 2 years, yeah, you're gone. We're not keeping you for three.
In
Like, no,
Atlanta, they held on to Arthur Smith too long. So,
way too long.
I think with that, you didn't have bad coaches for the last
Yeah,
2 or 4 years.
and
So
I
it's
think they
like
won't. Yeah, I don't think they want to do that again. Where they
in
want.
that division with Tampa Bay struggling, it's supposed to have been that year because they had a shot to win last year.
Yeah.
And for you to look like this the following year with all that talent,
Well,
that's just terrible football.
well, good for Carolina. Good for Carolina. You look at Bryce
Yeah, I
Young
hope
up
they
there.
do get in, man. I really
Yeah,
do hope they
man.
get in.
Good for Bryce Young,
And
man.
yeah, I
Because
hope
Bryce
so.
Young's been getting got shitted on so much. I'm happy to see him playing well. So good for Bryce Young, man.
And
Um,
I really do hope Carolina gets in because I hope they win the division. I'm tired of Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield is too arrogant for me, right? He run for a first down. He do like this, like he big. I'm like, just hit him, man. Like all that bravado, and then you lose to the Saints.
yeah, you
Stop.
can't lose. Can't lose to the Saints, man. That's not a good look. That's why I was shocked. I watched the highlights. I was like, oh wow, they lost. They losing to the Saints right now.
But they are a beat up team. So
Very beat
I
up.
I thought that they would lose. And then you got Jacksonville in first place. Hmm.
Jacksonville in first place. NFL is on its head. Kansas City's 6-7 right now. It's a night. It's a mess all
But
day.
I give DeMarco respect after his team started off that rough and now they're 8-5.
Yeah, playing good.
It's
Great defense.
great defense, man. That
Great
defense
defense.
is great.
They got guy.
You
They got
can't
edge rush. They got all that. Like in cover, they are. Yeah, they're legit. That defense is legit.
in
So
Kansas City out of the playoffs.
pretty much. I mean, this listen. It happens to everyone. You know, they've had success since 2019. Won the division, been in the playoffs, winning a bunch of games. It's going to catch up at some point. So they're going to have to do this is a reset year. They're going to have to go back to the lab next year. They're going to have to retool that roster. They're going to have to really focus on the draft, not just drafting a bunch of guys and figure, oh, well, we got Patrick Mahomes, we'll be fine. Nope. You're going to have to really do your due diligence this time, scouting department, and signing guys, because I think they've kind of whiffed on a few signings as well, and they've whiffed on a few draft picks. So they're going to have to really make sure that they nail that because, again, you have Patrick Mahomes, you have his window too. So, I mean, I think Kelsey's probably done because he looked kind of just old and slow and he couldn't catch a cold that game. He was just dropping everything. I'm like, yeah, you got to get him the fuck out of here. You're going to have to get another tight end. There's plenty of tight ends in the draft this year. So maybe, hey, go and draft a tight end. And Kelsey, listen, you have a great career. You won 3 Super Bowls. You got Taylor Swift. You're good. You got your podcast,
Dallas
number
Swift.
2. Yeah, thumbs down that. That's fine. But listen, you're good, Kelsey. You're a Hall of Famer. I think personally, it's time. There's nothing more for you to do, bro.
Yeah, you
And
engaged to get married next year. So yeah,
yeah,
go
and
ahead.
you're good. And I think like right now he looks washed to me. Like,
But so what's going to happen when Andy Reid retires this year?
oof. Well, they're gonna have to obviously get a new coach. That because unless Patrick Mahomes is gonna coach, which that
So
is not a
now
thing.
they're going to go back to the old Kansas City Chiefs, right? That was fun, but wasn't winning because
Well, hopefully that yeah,
once you
yeah.
lose Andy Reid, you can't replace Andy Reid.
No, you can't. I agree with that. So they're gonna have to really, yeah, that's gonna be the tough part of figuring out the coaching and figuring out how that's gonna work with where they are right now with the team and all that. And I think what they're gonna have to do, I think they're gonna have to have more balance because they've lived
They
on
can't
this.
run the ball.
I know
Yeah.
they've never been able. I know they've never been able to run the ball. So the argument is, well, Michael, they've never won the ball and they ran the ball and they won Super Bowls. Yeah, but now I think they have to start being able to have balance because teams understand their scheme. They understand how they can throw it. They can try to. They can't think and duck it anymore like they used to. They can't throw it down the field like they used to. They're gonna have to have some semblance of balance to open up the passing game. Because right now, if I'm a defensive coordinator looking at Kansas City, I'm basically stopping all the intermediates. I'm just stopping their passing game. I'm not worried about their run game because they're not going to run the ball. They barely run the ball. The run game sucks. So I can just say I'm gonna stop everything pass wise. I'm gonna just play zone and blitz here and there. And I know they can't run the ball because their offensive line's ass.
And I know Seattle is saying, I'm glad we got rid of Geno. He
Oh
looks
God, yes, that was.
he looks
Hey man,
terrible.
listen.
It's
Sometimes You like we talked about with Sam Darnold. Sometimes you maybe made a mistake. Other times you're like, you know what? Maybe it's good that we got rid of Gino because Gino needs to he needs to retire as well, or because
I think
even if they don't sign, like what team would sign Geno Smith to anything right now? Like he
he just
looks
holds on to the ball too
too
long.
long.
He just standing in the pocket getting sacked for no
He
reason.
just looks
I'm
he
like,
looks. I mean,
that'd be bad.
I don't know if it's due to just the fact that the Raiders are so bad or it's he's so bad.
Combination of both.
Yeah, I was thinking the combination of both because like the offensive line is bad, but he's also not been great either. He sucks, and I think with Seattle he was just serviceable. He just kept them like middle of the road, but he wasn't going to elevate
Right.
them beyond that. With the
Correct.
Raiders, he's just the team's bad. Like god damn, there's a lot of bad teams in the NFL.
It is very much
Like
so.
there's a
You know,
lot of
the
bad
Jets are
like just
bad.
Jets are bad, Browns are bad, Titans are bad,
Right.
fucking Cardinals are bad. Jesus.
And Jacoby
Commanders
Brissett
are
is
bad.
playing. Yeah, and Jacoby Brissett is playing good football.
Great football. I
And
mean,
they still
Kyler
can't
Murray's
win.
basically gone now. Like they basically said Kyler Murray.
Well,
They're
who's going to
probably
win Kyler Murray though? Who's going to win Kyler Murray?
that is a great question. I'm sure a team will sign him. I just don't know who and for what in what price or if they're going to have him as a starter. Maybe I don't know. The Raiders might do it. I don't fucking know. But I mean, I'm sure a team will sign him. I would be shocked if they didn't. That being said, who? Ugh.
I got a one for you though, right? One
Sure.
that you would be probably like, huh? Why not the Rams
I mean,
or
after
Stafford?
and
After,
listen, if I mean,
yeah,
if a quarterback, if a coach can fix a quarterback, I mean, I think McVay could. Well, hopefully, I
they
think
was
he's.
talking about Stafford retiring because of his back.
Yeah,
If this is Stafford last year, why not roll the dice on Kyler Murray in that kind of offense
yeah,
with that kind of coach
yeah.
in that kind of environment with Puka and still Devontae Adams, the running game with that line in that environment? I
Well,
think that would be a sneaky place for him to
two
go.
reasons why I think I don't. Well, not one good reason is they're not going to be picking early enough in the draft to take a quarterback anyway.
Right.
B, I don't know what quarterbacks are even really that. I mean, the quarterback class isn't really all that great anyway. And I think B or C, I don't know if Sean McVay necessarily wants to work with like a rookie quarterback. I think he likes dealing with vets. I think
Hmm.
because vets that have been in the league, all that, so he can kind of, take what they do well. So I think that's going to be the question because, I mean, with the Rams, they still have a window to win, too. They have a young defense, but their offense is good.
Right.
But I think, to your point, I think that offense probably works better with a veteran quarterback, not a rookie, because I think there's
Hmm.
probably a lot of nuance. There's a lot of different stuff, motions, checks, things the quarterback's got to know, probably more so than another offense. So you can't just throw a rookie into that because I don't know how good they would do unless you're getting Arch Manning maybe or some shit like that. But I think getting a vet, maybe yeah, Kyler Murray. I mean, I would kick the tire on that if McVay is looking at his film and saying, okay, I like this stuff that he does here. This shit we got to take out. We got to coach that out of him. We got to do and kind of tailors the offense based off his skill set. It could maybe work. I'm not opposed. I don't think it's a crazy idea because I don't. Again, I don't.
See,
They're not going to be drafting They're not going to be taking getting the first round pick. Like
yeah, and
you
I was
could.
thinking about places where he could go, and I was like, you know what? That's an off the wall place, but it's a good place because it gives them an opportunity to learn. And
Yeah,
I'll say shout out to our co-hosts because their teams are doing bombing situations. Seattle's winning,
they are.
Denver's winning,
They are.
San Francisco has a good foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said earlier, those coaches know what they want to do.
Yep.
So you're not going to see. Look at San Francisco; they lost all their defensive players and still playing hard.
Still winning. Still winning.
Sean
Because
McVay has a system in place and is an offensive-minded coach, so you're never going to see nothing stale on offense.
no,
Even though Stafford threw those interceptions they lost prior to Carolina, you're not going to see that consistently.
no.
You didn't see them go on no 3 or 4 game winning streak like other teams, you know.
Yeah, and
And
that
that's
yeah
when you know, yeah, and that's when you know you got a good coach.
they got a really good coach, and he knows. I give McVay a lot of credit because I mean I remember after they won the Super Bowl, they had that rough little stretch where they were struggling, and there was debate whether he was going to retire. And I was like, damn, he looked like he kind of lost his fastball. He didn't, and then he was able to figure it out, retool the team, retool the roster, and now
Finally having
you
draft picks. Finally having draft
finally
picks.
having
Yeah.
draft picks, and you hit on those draft picks, and not only just the first rounders, but throughout the draft. You scouted well,
Mm-hmm.
got the right mix of players, signed the right, and now they're humming. And that defense is young and talented as shit. Now they're probably going to lose their defensive coordinator because he's probably going to get a head coaching job. But that scheme is going to work. I think as long as you get the right coordinator, it'll be fine. So, yeah, I mean, I think the Rams are in good shape. I mean, the Seahawks are in good shape too. I think Mike McDaniel's a really good coach. He does a really good job with that defense, and obviously Smith and Jacobs been balling out. The Niners have been playing. I mean, I've really been impressed with how the Niners have played. To be honest with you, I'm glad
Paulo
Beal.
Henry, it's
I'm glad
amazing.
Beal's not on here because
I am glad as well. I'm glad as well.
he'd be
Yeah,
feeling himself if I said that. So he might see this later.
yeah,
But no, they've been playing
yeah.
really, really good football. Like I'm really been impressed with to your point, the fact that they've lost like Bosa and all those guys, and they're still playing really good, and everything's just clicking. That to your point shows coaching is important. Everyone says, "Oh, coaching is not important." No, it fucking matters. Because another
Man,
coach that they would have been they would pick him in the first round. They would probably fell apart. But the fact that Shanahan's like, nah, we're gonna make this shit work, and he's making it work. So give him
yeah.
credit
And
for that for
then,
sure.
and one more thing. I
Mm.
said at the beginning of the year that the Washington Commanders was the oldest team in the league, and they
Yeah,
would be injury prone. And look at it.
yeah, no,
It all played. It all played just like I said.
Jamie
You
Daniels,
can't.
you stay getting
Yeah.
hurt now.
And then he wants to. Then he talking about he's healthy enough to play next week. Why don't you just sit out the rest of the year, man?
Yeah, there's no point in them playing. They're three
Yeah,
and
it's
ten
no
right
point in
now.
you playing.
They're
It's
playing
like,
you're not in the playoffs. You
and
mm,
he threw an interception and somebody pushed him down and he
down the
was
hurt.
grabbing it. Yeah, why would you put him back out there?
Yeah, there's no point. They just want. I think they're almost like trying to get him killed at this point.
The new RG3, the new RG3.
Yeah, they
Like
gotta. Yeah, just sit him for the
the
rest of the
same
year.
organization doing dumb things. Let him sit out. Let Marcus Mariota play the rest of the year. Let
Might
him
as
come
well.
back in the off season
Yeah,
and come back and play.
and you gotta. Yeah, and I think to your point with the defense, you're gonna have to get younger because signing Von Miller was like, fuck, you signing Von Miller for?
Signing any of those guys, man.
Yeah,
It's
this was
like
weird.
Zach Ertz got hurt. Zach
Yeah,
Ertz
he
got
tore his
hurt. Always
ACL. Yeah, so it
You
just
signed Debo, who's always hurt.
yeah,
McLaurin only played like 3 or 4 games this year after you
yeah,
paid him.
yeah.
It's like, what
So
are you doing as an organization? You got happy because you went to the NFC Championship. That don't mean if you put all these old players on the team, you're going to win.
yeah, I think they were. Yeah, I think you just got to be like, well, we got Jaden Daniels. No, you still got to make sure that you put the right pieces in place. You can't just get complacent because you went to the NFC Championship game.
No, you can't.
That you
And I
kind
know
of
you want
luck
to.
that you
And
lucked
I know you
into
want to get to
conquer.
this NCAA, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and kick that NCAA off.
Oh my
I know
fucking
you want.
goodness! So, for context, so the college football playoff has been decided. There's the 12 teams have been picked, and it's been a fucking shit show to say the least. I think that's putting it kindly because everyone's losing their shit over the 12 teams picked and the team that wasn't picked. Notre Dame was not selected. They put in Alabama, which I mean, I don't agree
They
with
put
it
in. They put in
personally.
Miami.
They put in Miami and Alabama. They left Notre Dame out. I would have put. I mean, I don't like Notre Dame, but I would have put Notre Dame and Miami, and I would have left Alabama out because Alabama has 3 losses. Now, the argument is, well, we shouldn't punish them because they played in the championship game, but they lost that championship game, and not only did they lose that championship game, they got blown out by 3 touchdowns in that championship game, and they couldn't run the ball, and they looked like ass. But yet, the committee said we'll put them in anyway, which made no sense. So,
I don't think Miami should have got in.
why?
I think their. If you look at their body of work and how they got beat by some teams and how
Mm.
the quarterback throw 4 interceptions, 5 interceptions, and the way they played, and they wasn't even in the championship game in a weak ACC.
Well, I don't
That's
think. Well,
why.
that being said, I don't think they're going to win the national championship because of Carson Beck. I think that.
Yeah,
I still think
but
still think they should have got in. Um,
but you got. But to me though, Mike, is this:
mm.
you can't win the WAC ACC the way it was down this year. You should have won that. You should have won that conference and been in the conference championship. You had Virginia and Duke in the conference championship.
I agree, and Duke won that shit to show you how good
Yeah,
it was. Which was
and then the thing is, if Virginia would have won, Miami wouldn't have got in
no, they wouldn't have
because
got in, and
yeah,
I would have
because
been fine. And I would have been fine with that if that was the case, right? But that being because again, the head to head with Notre Dame, right, and that was the biggest thing they kind of stuck on was the head
that
to
was the
head.
beginning of the year though.
Yeah, but they still won, right? Like Miami still won. So for me, the on the field part matters. I understand it was early in the year and all this other stuff, but again, even with Alabama, they're not holding it against Alabama that they lost to your team at the beginning of the year. They
Florida State.
they completely glossed over that and have not brought that up not one time. The fact that they lost to y'all team.
But you know what it is, man. SEC
Of
rules,
course.
and that's what happens. And they just say, they played this schedule, they beat this team, they beat this team.
And
And
that's
Georgia
my
Tech,
whole, and that's my problem with it. Like, listen, what I realized, I had an epiphany a few days ago with this shit. And I realized, to your point, when they expanded the playoff, it was never about giving other teams a fair shot to get into the playoff. It was about just making an excuse to just pour more SEC teams in.
yeah, extend the SEC.
And
That's
just
all
say,
it's
so
about.
just do that. Just say, listen, we want to put more SEC teams in, and we want to make this as the SEC fucking college ball playoff. Just say that, and honestly, I'd be fine with that. But the arguments that they're making just don't make any sense to me. And I'm just like, bro, like, what are we doing? So now what? You're going to expand it again? Now they're saying we need to expand it further. So just make it a 2014 playoff, and the last not like the 2015 doesn't get in. Let's just do that because you've already watered down the season. The championship game there's no point in doing the championship game anyway. The championship game makes no sense. None. What are you playing in it for? It used to make sense a couple years ago,
Right.
but now you've made it null and void because now you punish BYU for getting their head kicked in, but you don't punish Alabama for getting their head kicked in. I don't understand that. But your argument is, well, they beat Georgia before. They barely beat Georgia. They barely beat LSU, who sucks balls. You lost to Oklahoma. You barely beat fucking Auburn. And then you lost to Georgia. But yeah, you should be in the college football playoff.
Yeah. But, like in any other sport, it would be the top 12 teams. But in college football, it's not the top 12 teams. Because of conference championships. That's why
I liked it when it was 4 teams.
Yeah, yeah. But what I'm saying is,
Mm.
if you're in any other sport and you say it's 12 teams is getting the playoffs, it would be the top 12 teams.
Right.
You're not going to go down to James Madison and Tulane at 20 and 21 and put them in the tournaments. You're not going to do that.
Yeah,
so it's kind of skewed because of these conference championships.
Yeah,
Tulane
because
won
the
that.
criteria. Yeah, that's why they're in, essentially, right?
Because essentially, like you said, Notre Dame would be in, and another team would be in. It wouldn't be Tulane and James Madison.
I agree.
And that would have just stopped all the argument. But Notre Dame is getting punished because you're not in the conference. You want to be independent, and this is what happens to independents.
And again, you want to have your cake and eat it too because you're getting your money. You're getting your $20 million. You have your nice little NBC TV deal that you've had for God knows how long. But now you don't want to be in a conference. Be in a conference. Or win out all your fucking games. You don't have this fucking problem.
And really, it's a no-brainer because you're in the ACC in basketball.
Yep.
In every
other sport except football.
Yeah, except football. You're in the ACC. So if you were smart, you'd just jumped in the ACC and won that division, and you would be in the playoffs.
But the money, they get all the benefits of independence. They get to keep all that lovely money.
But they still can keep that TV deals, even if they came to the ACC. You still can keep that TV deal. You can't be greedy though. And see, they're being greedy.
There you go.
That's greed.
There you go. It's pure greed. Pure greed.
Because Texas is a part of a conference, but they got their own TV deals. So you can still do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, Texas had the long... I think they got rid of it because they went to the SEC, but they had their Longhorn network, and they were making their money, and they were benefiting recruiting like a motherfucker, and that pissed Texas and A&M off, and all the other Texas schools were like, fuck you guys. But yeah, they were still making their money, so you could still do it, but Notre Dame always wants to play this straddle the fence of we're independent, but we're upset with the ACC because they picked Miami. Well, of course they are, because Miami's part of the ACC. You guys are independent, and you've made that decision to be independent, which is totally fine. But now you can't. Now you've made it. You put yourself in this situation now. That's why, to me, you can't. Now going forward, just win your fucking games. Just win every game. So you don't have to. So you're not leaving it up to people in a fucking room looking at your game on an iPad, making these subjectivity picks and basing it off subjectivity rather than on the field. Because now we're muddying the waters with it now.
But the problem is, like, you want to be independent, you got to suffer being independent. And at the end of the day, they're going to say that they don't want to be in any bowl games. They're concentrating on 2026 to win their next championship.
Which is bullshit. Which is bullshit. You right now you've put your freshmen in a you should this is the time you should be practicing, your freshmen, like your red shirts, and your guys should be getting reps. If the goal is to work for next year, you should be playing in a bowl game this year to get those guys reps. So that way, when next year hits, they're hitting the ground running. But you guys want to take your ball and go home and be salty because y'all didn't get into a bowl game. Like,
I don't understand any of these other bowl games if you're not in the top 12, though. What's the point?
there is no point. It's all
Like,
yeah. Like I agree. Like the bowl games used to mean something back in the day. Now I don't. I mean, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do now. I think they just expanding the playoff to me was a mistake. I think they should have just kept it to the 4
I agree.
because I felt like the regular season mattered and the conference championship mattered, and minus maybe 3 years for the most part they got it right when they did pick. Right? I think 2016 they got it wrong when they put Ohio State in over Penn State. I didn't like that. Obviously, with you guys in 2023, I didn't like that either. And for the most part, they got it right. It was very rare, although it was top heavy, but NIL leveled the playing field.
Correct.
Now
it changed it. Yeah.
You have all these again. I don't want to see a 3-loss Alabama, but again, they tried to do this last year when Sankey and fucking bitch ass Paul Feinbaum said, "Oh, like Alabama should have got in last year, even though they got their head kicked in by Oklahoma." You know what I'm saying?
They didn't get it last year, though, right? So
they did not.
They had to give him a. They had to give him. Of course. Yeah, they was gonna give it to him no matter what.
And that's the thing, and to me, that's where it's like where fans and people are just like, "Yo, this is trash," because all you're gonna do is just put Alabama in anyway, because of the name and ratings and all this other dumb shit.
But if you go to 24, it's gonna be horrible football.
I mean, it's horrible now. I don't like the 12 team. It's going to be worse if they're going to expand it. I think we both know that they're probably going to expand this shit.
The 16 first, right? They'll
probably. And then guess what? Someone's going to complain, we should be in the 16. I don't know the fact that we didn't get in the 16 is bullshit.
That's why NCAA March Madness is so great.
Yep.
That's why it's so great. It's 64 teams.
Facts.
But the only difference between March Madness and college football, you rarely see upsets in college football. But in March Madness, because you have all these one-and-done teams.
It's balanced.
Yeah, it balances out.
Yeah, it does balance out. Yeah, like James Madison against Oregon, I mean, James Madison, listen, unless Oregon just doesn't show up, they're probably going to lose. Tulane's already lost to Ole Miss. So, I mean, maybe with Lane Kiffin not being there, but I doubt it. I mean, Ole Miss.
I think they said Charlie White's going to coach, right?
He is going to coach, yeah. He's the coach in the offense, so he's staying. So, I mean, hey, yeah, we didn't even talk about the Lane Kiffin shit. So y'all were right. You and NFL go were right.
I said it.
Listen, this is why I said it. I want to preface my rationale. I'll speak for me. I won't speak for VO. In my dumb brain, I thought that Lane Kiffin would think about legacy and building something that he built. That's what I was thinking in my mind. However, Lane Kiffin doesn't give a fuck about that. And
he's a different guy, man.
He is different. You're absolutely right. But I figured with him being at Ole Miss, he had been there for 6 years, and they were ass before he got there. They were 4-8 before he got there. I'm thinking, okay, he has built this up to be a playoff contender. He could stay there as long as he wanted. Hell, they would build a statue for this motherfucker who won a national championship. But to your point, he's a different dude. And LSU backed up the Brinks truck, and they're giving him like $30 million in NIL. So I get it. That being said, the only criticism I have of Lane is the idea of you made it such a spectacle for months, and then you got upset when they didn't want you to let you coach. Ole Miss is like, bitch, no, get the fuck out of here.
You gotta move on.
Who got to move on?
I mean, Ole Miss has to move on. You can't let him be there and coach that bowl game.
Yeah. No, he was asking to coach, and I was like, "Why, dude? Are you okay?"
Right. You can't do that. You can't do that because at the end of the day, you got your same guys in there, and they know he's not going to be there. How hard are they going to play for him?
Like, for example, the James Madison coach, he actually is going to be coach. He got the head coaching job at UCLA, but he's coaching James Madison. But he didn't make it a fucking spectacle for damn near a month and make it a nightmare. Lane, it's almost like the equivalent of, let's say, you're in a relationship with somebody, you've been dating this girl for like 6 years, y'all built this life together, you decide to go leave someone else, but then you ask the girl to sleep with, like, have sex with your ex one last time. It's like, get the hell out of my house.
But in the world we live in, that's accurate though. People do that. But
of course they do that. They
Going
do
back to
that.
Lane Kiffin, though, right?
Yeah,
I
go
knew
on.
he was going to LSU from the beginning because
Mm,
that's the type of guy he is. He wants to be under pressure. He loves it.
I see that. Yeah.
And he's on the LSU. He can go to LSU and they're going to win. We know that. Because he already talked about taking Chambers from what's
Oh,
his name?
he's been. That's why Ole Miss is like, get the fuck out of here. Because if you stay, you're gonna try to take our guys. I think they're gonna listen. They have $30 million in NIL.
Chambers
So,
is coming. He
oh,
coming.
he's coming.
Yeah.
And anyone else
And
there, they might come too.
and the defense is already elite. If he get that offense humming, I'm
Now,
telling you,
now, defensively, they did lose their defensive coordinator. He is coaching Tulane, but to your point, they have their defense in terms of the recruiting spot on. So to your point, if they're able to get a good D coordinator with that defense, because their defense was great last year, the
exactly.
offense that's going to be the key. But I feel to your point the pressure piece because he's got 3 years in my opinion. He's got to get to a national championship and or win one because
I don't think it'll be that difficult because LSU gets elite talent.
they do. And I think
Elite talent.
and listen, they will. I think recruits will go play for him because that offense. Listen, he is a great play caller. I will give him that. I mean, he's. I remember there was a play I watched when they played Georgia this year, and I think Chambliss was in the shotgun, and I think they were running one play, and then I think Lane was trying to get his attention and he tried to change the play, and he changed the play on the fly, and I think he changed it to like a hitch route. The guy ran the hitch, and then he broke it, and then ran for a touchdown because he saw how the safeties were aligned.
Right.
Like that's where Ole Miss is going to miss, and that's why it would be hard for me to pick them to win because as great as talent as they have, you gotta have the play caller, man, be able to see that shit.
That
And I
had
don't
that
know
mind.
that
That had
mind,
mind.
and that to your point, where Lane Kiffin has that. So,
And
and as long as he gets to your point, the right quarterback, the running guy, he'll. And to your point, listen, Louisiana is chock full of talent. So as long as he keeps
man,
those guys in that state,
think about this though, right? Think about all those receivers that have came out in the last couple of years.
mm,
Elite guys, right?
yep,
And then you think about they always have corners, safeties, linebackers. Easy.
they have the
Like
number
they
one
can
defensive player in the country right now, Lamar. I think his name is Lamar Brown. He's a defensive tackle. He's gonna be a
and
beast.
in every case, except for when they had Joe Burrow, they've been looking for a quarterback, a quarterback, a quarterback, a quarterback.
Yeah.
They had Jaden Daniels. Okay, I
Yes.
give them that.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And they had I forgot the other guy name. He played for the Commanders and he wore number 17. And he played for LSU as well. He was okay. I
Mm,
forgot his name. I can't think of his name right now.
right.
They had Jamarcus Russell. But in most cases, they was missing a quarterback every single time when they was right there primed to win.
Yes, I agree with that.
And what Lane is going to bring, he knows how to pick quarterbacks. He knows how to coach quarterbacks. Because he singled out Chambliss when he brought him to Ole Miss.
Well,
He
actually,
singled him out.
Charlie Weiss saw him first, and then
Yeah, yeah,
advocated. Then, yeah, I
yeah.
agree with that. Yeah, that's true.
And LSU is a prime place for the pressure. Brian Kelly was never right for that job. Never.
No, no. Now, to
You're
his
coming
credit, he
from
did get the defense right, but he never got the
yeah,
offense
but
right.
you're coming from Notre Dame, right? You're coming from Notre Dame going to LSU. That's a big, big difference. A
Way
big,
big.
big. And you're not from the South, so you can't come down there. Like Lane Kiffin has been all through the South. He
Yeah,
knows about it.
he's been
So
recruited.
it's
Yeah,
like walking in there, and then you had Kim Mulkey talking about, I don't know if Lane coming. Do you know how much money he gonna bring to that school?
Lane. Yeah, Lane. Yeah, Lane. I mean, they're listen. It's
This him being there, his bravado, and he's gonna win. You you see how crazy they are for LSU in that stadium,
I mean,
Louisiana.
he's been able to flip some recruits too, and that's going to be key too. And he can and listen. I know they say that he's not like a really big. He's not really big on the recruiting. He's more of the closer. He lets the other guys go and recruit, and then he kind of will try to seal the deal. But in that prime state, I think the proof is in the pudding. You've seen kind of what he's been able to do at the places he's been. I'd be shocked if he wasn't able to get like, let's say, the top one of the top quarterbacks, all that. Like right now, Texas has that, but I think next year, whatever top quarterback is there, I think they would be trying to go to LSU. And I think if he's able to just recruit that offense, And this not even necessarily has to get like 5 stars. Just get some quality 4-star guys and develop them. Because that's what he has at Ole Miss. He didn't have like a
Yeah,
bunch of highly, you know what I mean? He got a bunch of like solid 4-star guys, and those guys just developed. But that's to your point. It's his mad scientist offensive brain that's just able to dial shit up and make it work. And
he
that's a
had,
hard offense to scheme against because just the weapons, how they spread you
yeah,
out, and they can run the ball.
that's what I'm saying. Justin
So
Jefferson and
Jamar
Jamar Chase on
Chase,
the same team.
yep. And
You
again,
had Odell Beckham there. You
yeah,
just had
they
like
have guys.
Brian Thomas Jr. went there. Like all these
Malik
receivers,
Neighbors,
man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, think about that.
yeah, they've had a lot. So he can definitely, and again, I think he's got the bravado. I think he has the offensive mind. And again, I just think there's a lot of pressure now on him to win. So hopefully he's able to do it in 3 years because, I mean, I don't know if they'll necessarily run him out because they still got to pay Brian Kelly's ass money. But that being
And
said,
they still playing Edgeron too.
and
They
they still
playing
got,
Doogie.
I think they
Yeah,
got to pay him until the end of end of next year. And then they got
yeah.
Brian
And
Kelly
then
for 6.
right.
So I think LSU's going to have to hopefully, and again, you got Lane, you signed him for 7 years. I think you got to let him at least give him the 4 to give him the full.
So
You know what I'm saying?
so the way college football is right now with
Yeah.
NIL, I think if he gets a quarterback and he gets that offense running, they're gonna be right in the mix.
I mean, listen, he's
Because
getting 30 million in NIL
yeah,
a
because
year. They've
because
already promised him 30 million. Imagine that, bro.
yeah, no. I know you had to roll out. The better job was Florida though. That was the
It
better
was.
job.
It was.
But he's not. He don't care about the better job. He wanted the big swing because he
Yeah.
wants that.
Yeah. And again,
And
and I think what sold it for him was probably the NIL, the piece, right? Like that they're going to give him that amount of money. So with him being able, if they are able to recruit at a good level, and the NIL, because to your point,
uh,
Chambliss is basically gone. I'd be shocked if Chambliss stayed at Ole Miss for loyalty.
the, the key to college football is having a quarterback.
Yeah, you
If you
gotta have
got
a
a
quarterback.
quarterback, you got a chance.
Yeah, this is not like Stenson Bennett 3 years ago, right? Like you
No,
can't
it's
hide your
not.
quarterback, not anymore. You got to have a quarterback, and especially in the playoffs, the best quarterback is going to win that shit, or the quarterback play is going to determine who's going to win. So, yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. Um,
What you think about Ohio State losing and standing up and only dropping down to number two? I know you like it. I know you like it.
oh, I
But
listen, man. I'll say that Indiana is legit. Indiana can play. I mean, I know people are kind of hard. It's hard for them to fathom that Indiana Hoosiers are #1 in college football. But I watched them against Oregon, and I was like, damn, this team is really good. They run the ball well, throw the ball well. Defense can stop the run. They can rush the passer. They're good all across the board. So I'm not surprised. I am surprised. I thought it would be a close game. I am surprised that Indiana was able to pull it out, but kudos to them. I mean, Ohio State. Listen, I mean, Ohio State defensively elite, quick as hell. They're not going to get bullied per se, but offensively they really don't run the ball as well, and they rely a lot on Jeremiah Smith just being great and Carnell Tate, and those guys are great. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know. I mean, if they play Georgia, I think Georgia to me is probably the team I would pick right now to win the Natty if I had to pick right now. But I mean, I'm not surprised that they dropped to 2. I'm not surprised. I mean, Ohio State's the sexy pick and all that. Everyone loves Ohio State, so I'm not surprised they dropped them to 2. So,
I think they
but
should have dropped to three. I think Georgia should have moved to two.
I agree, given the way Georgia played.
Yeah.
Um, and again, but right now, like I said, if I had to pick right now, I'd probably take Georgia because if Georgia played like how they played against Alabama, I don't think any team's going to beat Georgia.
Yeah, that was a complete change on when they played them earlier though. So I
Complete
thought they
change.
saw something that if we pressure Simpson, we
Yeah,
pressure him, get him off his first
that's what they
read.
said.
Yeah,
Because he was always changing his protections, they said. And I think they figured out how he was changing his protections. So they were sliding, like they would slide protection. So what they would do, they blitz the opposite
right.
side,
Yeah, it was
and they were
all over him, man.
and they were
Yeah, it
blitzing
was
the,
all
and they
over
would
him.
usually blitz his blind side. And now with Alabama, the challenge is you can't run the ball. So now you have to if Alabama can't run the ball, they got no fucking shot,
Yeah, I
none.
mean,
Like Oklahoma will be. I think Oklahoma will probably beat them because Oklahoma's defense is good. They've already beaten them, so they know how to beat them. And Alabama can't run the ball. So unless Oklahoma just can't stop their passing attack,
But Mateer got to play good football though.
That part, Mateer's been since he got hurt, he's been way
Yeah, he
off.
has to. He has to play good football, and I like the fact that Oklahoma beat Alabama like they did. It was a low
Same.
scoring game, but they stopped them at every chance they could.
And
So you
defensively, they
can't.
played good.
Yeah, absolutely. Indiana, you know, I don't think they have the ability to score a lot of points. So because of that, you just have to play close. And if you got explosive pieces on your team, you can kind of get them. Like like you said with Ohio State, they left it out there. You shouldn't have let when you let teams like Indiana stay in the game, they gain
They did.
confidence and they
They did
allow them to stay in the game.
because they couldn't really. Yeah, and because Mendoza didn't have a great game. He played okay. Sand
Okay,
played
that's
okay.
it. Yeah.
I think the defense has showed up. Ohio State's defense is really good, and I think that might be where they could probably win the Natty just off their defense. Because offensively, they're like I said, they have the receivers. They run the ball decent enough, but that defense is really good. So they're going to really be able to stop teams from doing shit, right? And I think
But
they're not going.
yeah,
Yeah,
that quarterback has to play good though.
Sand has to play great. I
And
think,
Sand has
and
to play great.
yeah, because again, I think with teams, and again, if you look at even the game when I watched the game, Jeremiah Smith only got open on 2 plays, and both of them were press man.
He's too big and strong.
He's too big for press man. Unless you got a big ass corner, you can't play press man on Jeremiah Smith. You got to be able. If you got to play off man or zone or mix it up. But I think just having him at going right at toe to toe with him and pressing him at the line, he's too strong. And both times he got open was on press man.
And the thing is, like he was like that last year as a freshman.
Yeah.
So he's just getting stronger and stronger. It's just like
Yeah.
unreal that he did all that as a freshman, and now he's working on his craft and really good as a sophomore.
And he's still got one more year.
Yeah, right.
And they got the number 1 receiver, Chris Henry Jr. next year. So they got 6'5" Chris Henry Jr. and Jeremiah Smith. I'm not sure about if Carnell Tate's a senior, if he's going to come back, but
I think he's coming back. I think he's coming out this year.
yeah, Carnell Tate, he's a first round pick for sure. So but yeah, the Jeremiah Smith and him just wrecking shit next year. So Michigan's got to figure it out, man. Hopefully,
But I agree with you. It's either going to be Georgia or Ohio State that wins it.
yeah, I would
They are
pick
the
one of those two right now because
most well-rounded team. I think Indiana. You had a great fight this year, but I think when you come up against Oregon or Alabama or Ohio State again, I think they will take
I
them
think
out.
if they played Ohio State again, Ohio State might get them. Oregon, they dominated Oregon. So because Oregon only scored on a what was it? I think the one play, I think it was a busted coverage. They had a pick six and then 2 field goals. Other than that, Indiana dominated them the whole game.
But
So
I think the quarterback Jackson. I think he's gotten better as the year been going on, right? And I think
mhm,
the next time they play them, I think he'll play better. I think it was like
mhm.
a shock to him when they played Indiana. And I don't think he was prepared for that. But I think as the season went on, he started to prepare a little bit more and
You
he
mean
started to play better
for
football.
Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dante Moore. Yeah, he's not. No,
Yeah.
Oregon's
Yeah.
nice. Oregon's
Yeah.
nice. I agree. They're definitely gonna. I think that. Listen, they'll definitely make a deeper run than they did last year, where they got fucking beat the first fucking game. So hopefully they make it.
Dylan Gabriel was the quarterback, right?
Yeah, that's probably right too.
There you go.
And they played press man against Ohio State, which they shouldn't have done either, because that was just not a good look. So there was 2 reasons. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel, yeah, and press man. Don't listen, team. Stop playing press man against Jeremiah Smith, please. Just play off man, play zone, mix it up. If you want to double him, that's fine. Double team him, that's fine. Stop having a 5'8" corner, press manning 6'4", 230-pound Jeremiah Smith who can run a 4.4. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, stop doing that, please. I know,
So
like, Notre Dame, well, Notre Dame's not in it, so it's not relevant, but, some teams do man, so they can't help themselves, but stop doing it.
so I think we're on the same page about who's going to win. I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to be a real good playoffs, though. I think it's going the
Nah,
first couple rounds are going to be like
it's going to be predictable. I don't think there's going to be any upsets. Unless you consider Oklahoma and Alabama an upset. Like, I think Oklahoma's going to win that game. So unless you think
No, they already
Oklahoma,
beat them, so it's
yeah,
not an upset.
exactly. So that's not, I
Like,
don't
you
think
know,
it's not going to be an
yeah,
upset. I
they
don't
already
think.
beat them, right? So you can't
No,
call that an upset.
not really. No, I don't think it'll be an upset. So yeah, I think it's going to probably run how it's going to run, and then I think the next round is going to be interesting to see who wins. I mean, Texas Tech is really good. I like Texas Tech actually. They play. Their defense is really good. I just don't know about their offense. I think it's how you think about Indiana is how I feel about Texas Tech. I just don't know about that offense. That offense can score enough points. I think defensively they're great. They can rush the passer. They stop the run well. They got guys flying all over the place. But I just don't know if that offense is good enough to win a national championship.
But they've been in a couple shootouts though, right?
They have been. They have been.
So because of that, that defense is okay, right? Like the
I think their
shootouts that
defense
they
is a little bit
got,
better than okay. I'll say
but
I'll give them a little bit more than okay.
yeah, they might be a little bit better than okay, but you
Hmm.
shouldn't be getting those shootouts if you got an elite defense. You shouldn't.
Not too many, no.
Not too many at all. They've been in like three or four. From what I
Yeah.
when I saw like
Hmm.
35, 42 to
Yeah, I
35.
know they lost to
Yeah.
OS. They lost to Arizona State. That was their only loss, I
Yeah,
believe,
you
and that was a
can't.
shootout. Yeah.
Yeah. And like when you look at Ohio State defense, you're not gonna score no 35 points on them. You're not.
I mean, they didn't give up. I think the most. How much did they give up? I think the most they gave up was maybe 17.
That's what I'm saying. So, and
Yeah.
when you look at all these other teams that got good defense, if you got a good defense, you're not giving up 35 points,
No. No,
especially in
that I
college
agree with.
football, right? And
Not with regularity. No,
yeah,
I
yeah,
agree with that. Yeah.
and with Texas Tech, right? They flashy, you know, and I think when they come up against a defensive team, that's when they're going to struggle. If they get into these teams like Tulane and all these other teams like
Yeah,
that
they'll
that
win
really
those
don't,
games. Yeah,
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 they'll win those
definitely.
easily.
Yeah.
But and then what do you think about Texas A&M? They lost to Texas, but now they're in the playoffs. Do you think they're overrated?
I like Texas A&M. Again, I don't know how deep. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Miami won. It wouldn't be an upset to me if Miami won that game. I like Texas A&M. I don't know. I wouldn't say they're overrated. I just, if we're talking about teams that I feel can win, the only two teams I feel like can win right now is Georgia and Ohio State. Everyone else, I'm
I
on the
agree.
fence about. Like Texas A&M, I like, but yeah, to your point, like that Texas game kind of concerned me a little bit, just in terms of just their inability to stop the pass. Um, and just they struggled a little bit in terms of running the football, throwing the football. Like Reed didn't play the greatest, but again, Reed had kind of scuttled a little bit towards the end of the year. Like he struggled a little bit against South Carolina, where they almost lost that game, where they're getting the doors blown off them, and they had to come back in the second half. So if they, let's say for example, they played Texas Tech,
Yeah,
I
I see what you're
probably
saying.
I
Yeah,
might lean. I would probably lean Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. You would. I mean, because they've been talking about Texas A&M all season. Are they
Yeah,
really that good? Whoever they played, whoever they
yeah.
beat.
Besides Notre Dame, they hadn't really
Yeah.
played or really beaten anyone. Like, I mean, they beat up LSU, but I mean, LSU sucks, so that didn't really matter.
And then you lose to Texas, who had been struggling all year. So
Yeah,
that kind of like pulls you back down to earth.
that's the one that I'm like, yeah, like I like Texas A&M, but again, if they had to play Texas Tech, I would pick Texas Tech right now. I would take Texas Tech. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be predictable first round like it was last year. There was no upsets in the first round last year. Second round, it might be better. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I still think it's gonna probably. I mean, I could see it being Ohio State, Georgia, in the final. Hopefully, maybe if that's how the bracket shapes up, and then
That'll be
Georgia.
interesting, though.
It would be a good game. I definitely think it would be a good game. Because I think they both match up with each other really well on both sides of the ball. I'm wondering if because ultimately it's going to come down to if Georgia can move the ball, right? If they can't move the ball consistently and run the ball, you're not. It's going to be tough to beat Ohio State because I feel like you're going to have to slow the game down with them because that's what Indiana essentially did. They kind of slowed the game down, kind of try to possess the ball as much as they can, made timely throws, made timely runs.
Right.
Now that being said, I think Georgia physically can match up with Ohio State,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So I don't think Ohio State will necessarily be intimidated, but I think Georgia can physically match up with them. Whereas, but also they have the skill position players too. I think with the Michigan game, the problem with Michigan is that they rested too much on thinking that they could just bully Ohio State. That was true the past few years. That's not true now. You're not going to bully Ohio State anymore. You actually have to beat them. and skill and scheme and all those things. So
So
yeah.
yeah, the NIL changed that though, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So they're gonna have, so they're gonna have to get back to the lab and get back to work and
Yeah.
all those things. So yeah, like I think that will be definitely an interesting game. I mean, again, and I think I'm curious to see what Kirby Smart will try to do against Jeremiah Smith and how he's gonna try to stop him. Because the one thing with Georgia this year they have struggled with is their pass defense.
But I
But
think what they'll try to do though is pressure him like they did.
they'll have
Some,
to.
yeah,
They'll
they'll do
have to.
that to him and confuse
And
him.
I
He's
think
still young.
but Georgia does make adjustments though. That's one
And
thing I will
and
say.
and Saying is a redshirt freshman, right?
He is.
So he hasn't seen a lot.
No.
So I think Georgia would confuse him
Mm-hmm.
and put pressure on him.
Because
Because
they got guys.
That's what Indiana did a little bit to him in
That's what
that
they
game.
did. They did. And
And if you
again, I
get
don't think Georgia has like that pass rush necessarily, but to your point, they could draw blitzes and confuse them in the back end and be able to get home that way too. And they got really good. I like their corners. Their corners are long. They're fast as well. But I just don't think you could play press man the whole time. I think if you want to do man here and there, but I wouldn't play press man with Jeremiah Smith.
no, you gotta put somebody over the top. You can play
Put some
press
more
man, but you gotta have somebody over the
over
top.
the top,
Yeah,
yes.
you
I
got
think
to.
have the double, like double them.
Yeah, you gotta have a double.
And if you double them, then you could play press man all you want at that point. But the problem is teams aren't doing that. They're just playing, leaving their fucking corner on an island, saying, "Hey,
Not
cover
against
this."
him.
With
No.
no safety help. Fuck.
Not against a man child, man. You
No,
can't do
not a
that.
safe. No, you gotta have safety help if you're gonna do that. So
They calling him like they say he like T.O. in college. Like, yeah, that's like
I
he's just a
mean,
big guy.
he is gonna be like next. I guess the year after next, he's gonna be like a top 2 pick. I mean, I would advocate for him to be the first overall pick, but I know they don't draft receivers first overall.
He gonna
But
go he going to your team.
hey,
Tennessee.
as much as I hate Ohio State, if he comes to Tennessee, I'll welcome him with open arms. I'll get a
I
Jeremiah
mean,
Smith
think about
jersey.
it. Think about how it's gonna play out. You said not the next year, right?
Yeah.
Because they'll come out 2026, right?
Yep. That's correct.
So are y'all gonna be a
Hell
8-win
no.
team next year?
Hell
So there
no.
you
We're
go.
gonna
So there you
suck
go.
ass.
So
So
now
I listen. I
now
want to stockpile talent.
Cam
So
Ward have his number one
Jeremiah
guy.
Smith, absolutely,
There you go.
absolutely. I listen. I'm all for that. Don't get me wrong. If that happens, I'm good. I feel I feel a lot better. You know what I'm saying? So I want that. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want us to suck a little bit for a little bit, and then hopefully we get a top flight receiver because he's coming out. Cam Coleman from Auburn, he's really good. There's a lot of good receivers coming out. Not next year, the year after. So that receiving
I
crop's gonna
mean,
be
y'all will
real
be
good.
primed for that though. Y'all
Oh,
should be primed like that.
in 2 years, hey, Tennessee Titans, go after a receiver because there's gonna be plenty of them good ones in 2 years. So
What y'all need right now is offensive line help.
oh yeah,
Keep
we need O line, D line help. That's what the focus should be on this draft. Next, the year after, skill positions. See, I should be on the front. They should just
and
hire me front office now.
y'all need to draft a running back as well.
That would help too. I mean, we need everything. We need a lot. We need a whole team at this point. We need to just draft the whole fucking team. We need to do expansion drafts. Or
Starts
some
with a
shit.
coach though, right? So the coach is going to be key.
Yeah, we
So
got.
you
I
think
mean,
Mike? You think Mike gonna come there?
listen, I'm not. I'm not like excited or ecstatic about it. I think so. I saw a thumbnail about it, and I was like, I wouldn't be mad at that. I mean, I don't.
I mean, he'll help the offense for sure.
He will. Defense, to your point, probably not, unless we get a really good D coordinator.
He will have to because he's not
No, of
defensive.
course not. He fucking knows no shit about defense. I mean, we just need somebody. Like, I think we need someone. The reason why, because I remember we talked about this on the pod before, where Vio had said Lincoln
Riley.
Riley, and I was thinking, okay, I think Cam Ward needs someone who's coached either a Super Bowl coach or someone who's worked with multiple different quarterbacks who can get him right.
I don't see Lincoln Riley coming from USC.
Oh no, not Lincoln Riley. I'm talking about that's. I was thinking in the vein of Mike McCarthy because Mike McCarthy's worked with different quarterbacks. Went to a Super Bowl, stuff like that. Yeah, Lincoln Riley's staying in USC. He's not going nowhere. He got the number one recruiting class. He's definitely going nowhere. So he's good. And nor should he. He should stay in LA. But
Right.
yeah. So like I wouldn't. Yeah.
LA to Tennessee.
Nah, bro. Stay your ass in LA, bro. I would do the same thing. I'm not going to Tennessee. But yeah, like that's what I was thinking.
Private jets and all the stuff he's getting. So
Bro, they bought you a house, Lincoln Riley. You got a house
in a
on
private jet
USC's dime. That is impressive.
and a private jet.
Yeah,
So
I'm not leaving that.
and really he hasn't been in contention for anything since he been there, has he? They haven't been.
Nah. I mean, listen, they're recruiting better. I mean, I think he now that they moved to the Big Ten, I think he understands. Okay, I got to get big guys in the middle. I got to get some guys in the trenches, not these little small stumpy guys like I was in Oklahoma. No, that's not going to work in the Big Ten. But you need some big dudes. You need some big defensive tackles. You need some big offensive tackles. I think he understands that, and they've recruited that way. It just hasn't translated into the winning part. So hopefully he's able to do that soon. Because with same thing with Lincoln or with Lane. I mean, I don't know how long they're going to want to wait. He's been there a while now, so the pressure's going to be on at some point to actually get to a playoff because they haven't been to the college football playoff since he's been there. So
But
he's
they
got
winning, right? So they winning, and before him, they wasn't winning anything.
they weren't winning
So
shit.
so so they'll be patient with him. If you buy this guy a home and you do all this stuff for him, you gonna definitely be patient with him. Like most coaches don't get all of that stuff, right?
Nah, I mean he's the only one that I knew that got a home. They bought his ass a home. Good for you, Lincoln.
And in California, you know it's expensive.
Woo, woo. Yeah, they ain't that. That ain't cheap.
No, it ain't. When I was out there, when I was there,
Mm,
and this was years and years ago,
right.
I go to the gas station, it was like $6 a gallon.
Oh,
So if you think about back then, what it is now, probably like $10 a gallon. So
probably.
how do you live there and you paying $10 a gallon to drive? Everything is super expensive.
Mm.
Everything is crazy. And of course it's nice, the weather's nice, palm trees and all
Yeah, of
that stuff
course.
is great. But when you want to live there, smog and all the traffic and all the craziness, but people love it. They love being by the beach, 3 hour time difference if you're East Coast, and
Of
they love
course.
it.
Of
They
course.
say you wake up and football is over by 3 o'clock. So you got the
That's
rest of your day.
that's crazy.
I would
That's
love
crazy.
that though. You wake up at 10, the first game is on, the second
Yeah, I
game.
mean, I would love that. I mean, I've
Yeah,
never
and
been to
then
LA yet. My
and
hope is at some point to visit the great state of California. 'Cause I want to experience that
yeah,
warmth.
and then you could really do your day in that manner. So NFL girl right now, that's why she says she don't get up early because
Yeah, she'll
she's
need to.
spoiled. And the
She's
games are over by like 3 o'clock.
exactly. She's spoiled, and she watches sports all day. So and she gets paid for it.
Yeah.
So she's living the best life. She's living her best life right now. So
Yeah, I need
kudos to
that
her.
job.
We all need that job. She won't give it to us though, but she's a terrible
Yeah.
person.
She could actually give us some job there.
She could.
You know?
She's just selfish. And I'm gonna say this to her. She's gonna see this pod, and I'm gonna share this with her as well.
Yeah. And yeah, she need to pass one of them jobs over to us,
That's
right?
what I'm
We're
saying.
doing this right now. We could do whatever she's doing or put us somewhere else. Yahoo Sports. I'm fine with that.
She's been there long enough. She can hook it up. Come on now. Anyway,
Yeah.
you ready for the segment with the best segment on the pod, which is our NFL picks of Week 15. Smooth. We're in Week 15 already, dog.
It's amazing how fast it goes, right?
Goes fast, man. So, for those of you who are new to the pod, me and usually it's a group of us, but it's just me and Smooth today. So what we do is we do a little bit of a different type of take on predictions. Rather than give you a whole boring who's going to win, this team's going to win, we do a one word or one sentence association of our picks. So I will read out the teams, and me and Smooth both will give our predictions or one word or one sentence of that said game. So first game is the Falcons and the Buccaneers. It is in Tampa Bay if that means anything. So Smooth,
Yes.
one word, one sentence.
Um, let's see.
I got one, but I'll wait you go first.
Raheem gets fired on the spot after this game.
I was gonna say, hey, hey, ho, ho, Raheem Morris gotta go. That was gonna be mine.
We're on the
Listen,
same page with that.
listen, we love black coaches, okay? So this is not us shitting on black coaches, but right now Raheem Morris has lost his fastball. He's throwing a
He just look
he's
confused out
throwing a
there.
knuckleball that's just getting hit out the park. He has no
He
fastball.
is
He's throwing an underhand ball that's just getting smacked right now. So I just
yeah.
think he doesn't have it anymore right now. So
And
and
I'm
it
gonna keep
sucks.
harping on this. You've been through three different kickers.
Yeah.
Normally good teams don't do that.
No, I
So
agree. Listen, I
And
think coordinator, man. Hey, you want to come to Tennessee, be D coordinator, bro? Come on, man. Come to
yeah,
Tennessee,
you're
be a D
right.
coordinator, bro.
There you go. There
Get
you
that
go.
D line right. There you go. I gave you a new job, so there you go. All right, next game. Ooh, this one should be all right. Bills and Patriots. It's in New England.
I say this: Drake May continues as as a person that. Do you realize he's leading the league in passing yards?
I did. I just saw that yesterday. I saw that stat
Yeah.
yesterday.
I mean, I didn't think he was going to be this good when he was in North Carolina, so I was wrong.
I was
And
wrong.
New England jumped up there and picked him up, and Drake May is balling.
Yes.
I say Patriots win again. I think it's another Diggs revenge game.
Oh yeah, that's true. Mine was gonna be I wish Mike Vrabel was my head coach.
Again, right?
Because clearly I'm jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm seeing the Patriots have all the success with our old coach. You know,
He brings discipline,
it's
man.
like a
And that's what
scorn
y'all.
lover. I'm like a scorn. You know, I got a scorn lover, man. That's all it is right now. Just
Yeah,
seeing
but
them.
I think like he brings
But he
discipline, and that's what
does.
y'all need in Tennessee.
They play and they coach and he coaches them hard. They play hard for him. They run through a wall for him. So he's a really good coach. So
He just
good.
don't like rookies. He just don't like rookies at
He
all.
doesn't have any. He got no time for rookies. Like y'all can get the fuck out of my sight. Fuck y'all. All right, next game. Ugh. Cardinals and Texans. It's in Houston.
Mm. No, watch out, Jacoby, because that defense is coming.
Yeah. Maybe Kyler Murray sighting if Jacoby gets hurt because I feel like they're going to be hitting his ass a
Out
lot.
for the year. He's out for
So,
the year.
yeah, just
No
no
more
more
Kyle.
Kyler. Oh damn. So, um, well shit. Yeah, it's gonna be Texans. Yeah, Texans are gonna kick their ass. I don't got nothing else. Um, Texans gonna whoop their ass. Just bust that ass. All right, next one. Chargers and Chiefs in Kansas City.
Mm. So you got Herbert with one hand, right?
Yep,
Playing the game. And the Chargers beat Kansas City the first time.
they did.
I think Kansas City is mad because they lost to the Texans.
They should
And they
be.
can bring them to town. It's gonna be cold.
It is.
Herbert hand is probably gonna be hurting, and I think they'll be able to get him.
Um, I guess I would probably say sneaky. I guess you know what the Chiefs are gonna run for over 80 yards in this game. That's my prediction. Over 80.
Yeah,
Not
that might
100.
be
I'm gonna do
yeah,
100. That's a
over
little too
80.
much. But
But
over
with
80
who
yards.
though? Which one,
Uh,
Pacheco or Hunt? Or combined?
combined. They're
That
gonna
makes sense.
combine. They're
I
gonna
go with
combine
that.
it.
Combined.
Each of them get like four. Like one will get 50, one will get 30 or some shit.
That makes sense.
Oh my god, the next game. Commanders and Giants in New York.
Hopefully Jay doesn't play.
Hopefully no one is at the game to watch this shit. Because who the fuck wants to see this stupid game? Yeah. I mean, the Giants, because why not? Their defense is better. I'll just pick the Giants because their defensive line is better than the
And
Commanders' defensive line.
Jackson Dart is healthy.
There you go. Boom. The next game, the Double J's, the Jets, and the Jaguars in Jacksonville.
Aaron Glenn might have to play quarterback.
Aaron Glenn might have to play safety. Jesus. Justin Fields sighting? No, I'm joking. Who's their quarterback?
Maybe.
Justin Fields sighting.
Tyrod Taylor message growing up.
Listen, have the what was it? The top two recruits back in their recruiting cycle, Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, play again and hype it up, even though it's not going to be that because the Jets suck. So probably another win for the Jags. Next game. Oh, your team. So the Raiders and Eagles, 1:00 tip off at the Link.
Brotherly dud.
Brother. This is the Eagles get right game. If they can't get right against the Raiders,
I'm sticking with brotherly dud, man.
brother, they done. I got get right game. They're gonna get right against the Eagles or against the
Now, they've been
Raiders.
saying that for 3 weeks, so I don't
I
know.
mean, bro, they're playing the Raiders, dog. If
The Raiders are
Ashton
horrible.
Genty goes off, and
No,
like
they stopped.
has
They stopped. They stopped the run
yeah,
game against.
they can't like without Ash. If Ashton Genty can't run, they got no shot, bro. So
That's
their
true.
defense is terrible. So y'all get right. Y'all go y'all 9 and 5,
9-5.
9-5, 9-5. Next game, Colts and Seahawks. Oh my god, in Seattle. I hope we don't see Phillip Rivers. That's mine. I really don't want to see Phillip Rivers play anymore.
No quarterback, no chance.
Just let Richardson play.
No quarterback,
Unless
no.
the owner's probably like, nah, go get Phillip Rivers.
No quarterback, no chance.
Yeah, I agree with that. The Seahawks will go 11-3 on that one. Ooh, next, this one's a good one. Lions and Rams in LA. Just talked about the great state of LA or great
You missed. You
city of
missed
LA.
one. You missed one. You missed two games.
Oh, which one? Oh, sorry, 1 o'clock start. Sorry.
Yeah, you missed. You
Oh,
missed.
sorry, Brown. Okay, Browns and Bears.
Browns and Bears.
Yeah.
Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my, that's all I gotta say.
Um.
I think no. What I'll say
mm,
is um can't think of his name. Uh, he'll get his 20th and 21st sack.
oh, Miles. Yeah, probably.
Miles. Yeah, they said
Yeah. Oh,
he might break the record this year.
I think so. I mean, the Bears. I mean, Caleb be scrambling, running around like a maniac. He'll probably
Yeah,
get. He'll
for no
probably get.
reason.
He'll get at least 1 or 2 sacks in that game. I got Shedeur Sanders get wrong game. He's gonna get wrong in that game. So Shedeur Sanders get wrong game. That's fine.
Then we got one more: the Ravens and the Bengals.
Ravens and Bengals in Cincinnati. Um, go get some
Joe Tor-
Skyline chili, please.
Joe torches them again. It's going to be the Joe Chase game.
Yeah, go get some Skyline chili, and then you can just watch the game while you're eating your weird chili with spaghetti and all that.
This might knock the Ravens out of the playoffs.
They should have already been knocked out of the fucking playoffs. I'm surprised they're
I
still.
agree.
I'm
I
surprised
agree.
they're still kicking, but that just shows how
But that's
trash that division
that's
is.
because the Steelers ain't doing anything.
Yeah, that division's just trash. It just All right, let's get to some good stuff now. Lions and Rams. That was
So you have this Lions team that could not score against the Eagles, and we see what the Eagles are,
right.
right? And then they lose. They lost to Buffalo, right?
Who?
The Lions. No.
That was last year.
So yeah.
Maybe
So and then they beat the Cowboys, and everybody was yelling about the Cowboys' defense is that, and they put up 44 on
they
them.
did. They whooped the Cowboys' ass.
But going into LA, that Rams is a fine old machine.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll take Golf off his spot because that's all you got to do with Golf. He's a statue. You get him off his spot, and he'll make issues. I think they'll try to stop Gibbs, and because that's really their engine. If you stop Gibbs, you stop everything.
I agree with that.
But it's
I
so
agree
hard to
with.
stop him. It's still hard to stop him though, because if you stop him running, he'll go out there and get 100 yards receiving. This is a
Yeah.
tough situation.
So
But
you
I
just
think
have to neutralize him. I agree
you
with
got to
that.
neutralize him, and then now I'll think they'll sack Golf and get him out of his beat. I think the Rams are one of the better teams in the league.
Mm-hmm. I mean, definitely playing like it. I mean, I think, I would probably take the Rams right now if I had to pick. Battle the first overall picks in their respective drafts many moons ago. Stafford and Goff. So battle of that if you want to see some first overall pick action.
In actuality, they switched teams.
They switched teams, so they'll switcheroo, little revenge, maybe revenge for one of them against their former team. Who's going to get the revenge?
I think
But
Stafford gets it.
I think Stafford's going to get it. So I think it's going to be. I think it'll be a closer game, but I think the Rams will probably take it. The Lions defense. I just don't trust their defense enough to stop anyone.
And I think Brian Branch tore his ACL, so he's not going to be in the game.
Yeah, so without him, they were already kind of struggling with him. So now without him, and he's a really good player. Yeah, they're going to struggle. So next good game. Oh, Packers and Broncos. I'm sure NFL Girl would have been chomping at the bit to pick this one because she hates Jordan Love for only reasons that she only knows. So, Jordan Love revenge game. I'm going to pick the Packers to win.
Oh man, I think
Upset City. I want chaos.
I just don't. I don't think that Green Bay team is. It's a bunch of hype, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Bears went toe to toe with them, and I understand it's a division, but
Of course.
the Bears shouldn't go toe to toe with you if you're supposed to be this great team.
Right.
And going into Denver with that high altitude, I think it's gonna be a long day for Jordan Love.
I
Because
got.
that defense is serious, man.
Oh yeah, the Broncos got a really good defense, but the Broncos do struggle scoring at times. Their offense is scuttled a little bit, so
I think the Packers do as well, though.
both do. So we'll see
Yeah.
which one struggles the least.
And
I'll give the Packers a slight nod and give them the upset because
on the road, okay,
I'm giving some chaos. I want some chaos.
I know.
Have some chaos on
Plus,
the side.
NFL girl's not on here to harass you and get you.
Oh,
So
don't
let
worry. She'll harass me next week when she comes on. That's fine. I'll
yeah.
say, listen, I stand by my pick. And if I was wrong, I could say, listen, I was wrong. But if I'm right, she better pray she don't come
I
on.
think Denver clinches the division with this one.
I mean, either they'll clinch it this week or they'll clinch it next week. So I
That's
mean,
a fact.
they pretty much have the division locked. I don't think that there's.
That's a fact.
I mean, no one. I don't. Yeah, they pretty much have the division locked. So they got it for. I mean, it's going to be basically battle between them and the Patriots for the first round bye. Which who would have thought that at the beginning of the year? Jesus Christ! This shows you how
I
crazy
mean,
the
they said the
NFL is.
Patriots had the easiest schedule, though. They had the
They did.
easiest schedule.
They
So,
have definitely. I don't know if they played anyone
nobody
that was
thought
significant.
Drake May was going to take this jump that he took.
No
Nobody
one.
thought.
I did
He
not.
did. Yeah.
But
But
kudos to
once
him.
again, like you said, coaching matters.
Yeah, because I mean, if they had Mayo last year and he looked like he was just lost on the sauce, so and now you get a coach who's won before, taking the team to playoffs and stuff like
And
that, and
Part
New
of that
England
New England
family tree, and
franchise.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
there you go. All right, so we go to Panthers and Saints. It's in New Orleans. I would say get any other food item in New Orleans and go to watch this game.
Yeah. But I'll say Bryce Young off the bye balls out. And if he balls out, they are atop of the division. So shout out to Bryce Young and the Panthers. And Canales for getting that thing rolling.
He
So
is.
shout out to them.
Yeah, and McMillan. And McMillan's been playing well too. And Dowell, love Dowell as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I give them. Yeah, they've been really impressive.
The
And defense
defense
has
is
been
playing
playing
good.
good.
Yeah.
J.C. Horn's been good. Or
Jason
Derek
Horn
Brown's
is
been good.
stud.
Stud man. No, I give them. Listen, they've been doing a good job.
And Brown clogging up the middle. Yeah,
They've been great. This
I'm
team's
happy
good.
for them, man.
Yeah, man. Just you got to listen. They were fucking awful a few years ago, and they went from that to now where they are now, where they could hopefully, like I said to your point, win the division potentially. So because
But
I
this is what Atlanta should look like.
yeah, I agree. They look like dog shit right now. Okay, the next game. Ugh. Titans and 49ers. Well, thank God Vio's not on here because I already know what it is. I have to say.
Right. Go
So
ahead.
I'll just say it for Vio. The Niners will win handily. That's fine.
I think Cam Ward plays well. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because 49ers don't have any kind of pass rush. So
True.
without the pass rush, Cam Ward should have time.
Yeah,
And
whether he throws the ball accurately is a different story, but at least he'll have time to
that's
throw
true.
the ball. He'll have the time to throw it, so that's at least a good thing. Next game. Oh God. Dolphins and Steelers.
Oh, you forgot
Which
the
one?
Colts and Seahawks and Vikings and Cowboys.
Oh shit! Did I do? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did I do? No, I did Colts and Seahawks actually. We
You
did.
did?
I said I don't want to see Phillip Rivers play.
Oh, that's right, you did. So we forgot. So the only one we didn't do was
Oh
the
yeah,
Vikings.
Viking Cowboys and then this Dolphins and Steelers. So you want
Vikings Cowboys.
let's do Vikings Cowboys and we'll do Dolphins Steelers after. So Vikings and Cowboys in Dallas.
Yeah. Will JJ show up?
Hopefully. I mean Dallas. I'm just so sick of Dallas. I mean Dallas just I mean this. I don't know, man. I can't.
Yeah.
You can't get a read on this team. Like 1 week they look great and they look like they know what they're doing, and then another week they just get the doors blown off them. I'm just tired of this fucking team. I just want the season to end so I can stop seeing the play. I just really hope they don't make the playoffs. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
I don't want to see them in the playoffs.
once we win against the Raiders this week, we'll be 9-5. If they lose 6-7, you can cancel forking them.
Yeah,
So
there
Vikings, with everybody watching,
listen,
but they playing in Dallas.
they're playing in Dallas.
So I don't know.
Listen, Vikings. No, I know you were going to say. I'm going to say it for you. Vikings, do the world a favor and put Dallas out of their misery, please.
Yeah.
And
put
end
them out of
this.
their misery. Please.
JJ. Okay, listen, I'm going to talk into the camera. JJ. Okay, you have other JJ, Jordan Jefferson. You have Jordan Addison. You got great offensive line. You got good tight ends. You got Hawkinson, Oliver,
Hawkinson.
all those guys. Go out there and kick ass, please. Okay, I don't want. I'm tired of seeing
And
this Cowboys team 6-6-1. Like what the, like fuck
yeah, what
all the
is
way
that?
off. Like that record just irritates me. I just looked at them like what the fuck. Like Green Bay already irritates me enough because of that stupid tie.
8-3-1.
Just
Right.
ugh, like do us a favor and put Dallas out their misery. I implore you to do this. Okay, you have the talent to do it. So go out there and fucking do it. You just beat up on the Commanders. Take that same energy and put it into beating up on the Cowboys, please. Okay? The world wants this. Only stupid Cowboys fans believe that they could do something. Everyone else does not want to see this. So, JJ, go. I hope you're doing extra film study and you're taking extra reps in practice, throwing the ball accurately, my friend. And you go out there and you whoop the Cowboys' ass like I know you're capable of doing. Okay? Because this is not acceptable. 6-6-1 is garbage. It's garbage. And we need to do better. So fuck the
I agree.
Cowboys. And I'll say that for NFL girls
I
because I know
agree.
she
I
wants to say fuck the
mean,
Cowboys.
I was tired of them getting hyped because they had
Quinn Williams,
Quinn
yeah.
Williams.
Yeah.
Then you got Overshawn back, and y'all always excited saying this
Oh
and that.
my
And then
God,
you
my
got
Cowboys.
Detroit. And Detroit scored 44 points on y'all.
Yeah, I love that game. That was a great game. Wonderful game to watch. I'll watch it again if I want to. And then the last game, the Dolphins and the Steelers. I call this the Womp Womp game because who the fuck cares about this shit?
Well,
Oddly
I was
enough,
told,
the Dolphins are 6-7. I thought they'd be worse.
yeah, they didn't won three straight, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they still suck, but I'm
It
surprised that they
may
don't
it may be
suck.
four straight. It may be four straight.
It might be. I don't know what this Steelers team. This Steelers team is just weird too.
They
Like they'll
just
probably
can't.
win the division, and
But see, the
then
problem is this though, right?
mm,
If the Steelers lose, they'll be 7-7.
right,
If the Ravens lose, they'll be 6-8. And that's why it was so pivotal for Joe Burrow not to blow that game last week. Because they would be 5-8.
true.
And then if they beat the Ravens 6-8,
6-8.
7-7, they had a chance.
Yeah, now they
Because
don't.
that
Now
those
it's yeah,
two turnovers by Joe Burrow, because you had Buffalo beat.
they did.
Easy.
They did.
Those turnovers cost you maybe sneaking in the division because they'd have snuck in and got in the playoffs. And if
And
I was
yeah,
the Ravens,
and listen to your point. If the Bengals did get in offensively, they're really good with Joe Burrow. Obviously, defensively, god awful. So I don't know how well they're off.
but
Their
the
defense.
defense have been playing though.
I mean, they listen. They played better against Buffalo. I was surprised how well they played against Buffalo because, and I mean, listen, granted, they still gave up a lot of points and whatever, but compared to other games I've seen the Bengals play, where they had no lick of a pass rush, their secondary was god. Like they weren't bad.
Yeah, they had Josh Allen confused though. If you really look at
They
that
did.
game, Josh Allen was getting sacked. He didn't know what to do, and he had a couple breakdowns when Joe Burrow turned the ball over. If Joe Burrow would have turned that ball over, they'd have moved down the field and scored again. They'd have been up 14-17, and the
Yep,
game would have been over.
that's true. It's okay. Next year they'll draft another defensive end
That they won't sign
that they won't sign.
and have a contract dispute like he had with this year. Like how you have a contract dispute with the numbers are the numbers. But they
Yeah,
want to put some crazy language in this contract. You're like, I go back to school.
he should have just went back to school. Hey, he could have helped Texas A&M get to beat
Yeah,
Texas.
right. Correct. Correct. Because that's the thing. Like he could have helped them beat Texas. I wouldn't have signed with the Bengals. The Bengals are a bad organization. Like they
I
just
agree.
don't.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're confused. They just lucked into that Super Bowl. Listen, Zach Taylor is going to milk that one Super Bowl appearance as long as he humanly can.
And then next week we have a Thursday night game and two Saturday games.
Ugh. Looking
You
forward
got
to
the
that.
Eagles and the Commanders, and you got the Packers and Bears. So the Packers play the Bears 2 out of the next 3 weeks. So they
Yeah.
play every game.
And that's the good thing. At least the Bears now will be able to get their revenge, hopefully. And it's in Chicago. So there we
Cold
go.
is cold though.
Cold is
Cold is
cold.
cold.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
don't
gonna
worry.
be
So yeah, we'll don't worry. We will select those games next week because it'll be there.
absolutely. And hopefully we have, our camaraderie, our other co-hosts
Yes.
back
All
next
the
week. But we never
well,
know though. I know
we'll never know.
Dylan Dylan works at FedEx, so it's probably swamped
He's probably
because it's
it's
that
because
time
it's
of
holiday
season.
season for
Yeah,
him, so he's probably
holiday
busy.
season.
And
Yeah,
NFL girl got to do her sports stuff, and VO be VOing at times, so he'd be doing his thing. But yeah, if we get we'll probably get all the comrades on,
yeah.
and we'll be
Comrades on
able
next
to
week.
talk our shit. Well, they'll probably talk their shit as always. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, but we'll sign off. Any final words before we sign off?
I would just say that some of these franchises need to like just stop playing because it's like bad football is bad football. But like let's just kind of like compete though, right?
Right.
Some teams don't even compete. Like I looked at Arizona last week.
Yeah.
Like the Rams were actually like they was in practice. Like they didn't cause any kind of resistance. They didn't blitz him or anything like that. And I'm like, how is this dude Gannon,
Still.
who once again couldn't get one stop in the Super Bowl against Kansas City in 2020? He couldn't get one stop because we could have won that Super Bowl as well. How is he a head coach? How do you become a head coach after having that bad performance? And it seems like he's having the same thing in Arizona and still the coach.
For now.
But
Maybe they
the
might.
key
Yeah.
element, the key element to that is we know why he is. We know why.
We do. This is very true. Um, Actually, a good documentary to watch on Netflix is Who Killed the Montreal Expos. I watched it on Sunday. Really good documentary. You want to know about what killed the Montreal Expos baseball team? Very good watch. Definitely recommend
Sounds
that.
good.
So, yeah, so we're going to sign off now. If you're an Eagles fan, obviously, and you wanted to hear someone wax poetically about how bad the Eagles are playing right now, which Smooth so eloquently did, you should definitely watch the podcast. And if you want to hear us rip apart the college football playoff format because it's trash and stupid and dumb,
Trash and stupid.
and you should definitely check out the podcast. If you like the college football format, then you probably shouldn't check out the podcast because you're not going to
I
like
mean,
anything else.
but if you like it, you can come on and say, hey, why
Yeah,
you
if you
like
can,
it.
yeah, by all means, you can come on and state your case of why you think it's good or why you think Alabama should have got in and why it's beneficial for them to be in. Although we'll probably say that that's silly and dumb. But hey, if you can bring a compelling case, by all means, come on the podcast. Okay.
Come on. Come on. We
So
welcome you.
yes, you're welcome on. So yes, we will hopefully have the full gamut of the five of us on next week. We'll see what happens next week, but
Yeah,
hopefully.
maybe not. We
Maybe
never
not.
know.
We'll see.
See
Or
next
it'll just
week.
be us two because we held it down before. And then it was just two, and that will be. And if that's what it is, then that's fine. We'll make it work. But anyway, I'm Big Mike. To my right is
Smooth.
Smooth. We will see y'all next week. Tune in, stay safe, all that good stuff. And again, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to comment if and any of our posts and stuff. I usually post the shorts
Absolutely.
usually every week. So feel free to comment on all of them if you have any comments. If you agree with what we're saying, if you think we're out of our fucking minds and we're fucking stupid, you can say that too, and we'll talk about it on the pod if anything. Okay. And if you ever
Absolutely.
want to get on the pod too, let us up. You can hit me up in the comments. We can try to figure out a time and way to get you on as well. But we are out because we're the People's Podcast. We're all about the people. So we're out.
All
Take
about the
care.
people.
Peace.
Peace
We'll
out.
see y'all next week. Boom. All right.